Good morning everybody. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Ooh, we got a fortitude right away. Let's see. Yeah, we've gained so many levels by doing Wailing Caverns that we've kind of thrown ourselves off as far as like our questing. Got a couple things that went gray. I think we've lost basically everything in Silverpine. It's been pretty interesting. Let's head up to the north here. We're going to start by just going after Ekiyaki. It's a level 16 gray quest at this point, but I kind of want to get it done. I don't know if we should go do a Serena Bloodfeather. I can't remember if she's an elite. She may be an elite. But even if that's the case, we may find other people over there working on it as well. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go do this one. We have some turn-ins. We have a turn-in. No, we have 2 turn-ins in Thunder Bluff, so we'll have to do that as well. She's not an elite? Okay, cool. Yeah, it's been weird. It's been weird. As far as the leveling, I think we've done more dungeons in Classic Era than I've ever done in Classic Era. We did the 3 Wailing Caverns now, or have we done 2? It's been 2 or 3, and then we did 3 RFCs. And the result of that is like all the level 14, 15, 16 stuff we might have had in Silverpine is now gone. We're not going to be doing any of that stuff. And then level 22 is the start of questing over in the Hillsbred Foothills. So ideally by like 24 or 25 I want to be doing stuff over there. Also, one thing to keep in mind is that we have some Stone Talon stuff, like level 18, level 19. And I don't want to lose that stuff either. Level 19, level 18. We have to do this next. We have to do this before we go to Hillsbred. Just all the level 17, 18, and 19 stuff. So, yeah, we'll do that. Ekiyaki is somewhere? Apparently I'm just not tracking the quest anymore. I feel like it's somewhere over this way. But yeah, the quest is not tracking. I don't know why. It's over here, right? Let's go have a look. I have Shen's empty keg again. I don't need this in my quest log. I don't see... Does it give experience? Why is it blue? The bone pile, right? We have to blow the horn at the bone pile. It does give experience? Okay, I'll hang on to it. Yeah, it's weird. It must be repeatable the first time it gives experience. I wish it would be yellow the first time, and then I wish it would be blue every time after that. Would make a lot more sense. Oh, here we go. It is marking it. I just couldn't see it. Ben, I have not been tanking anything. Nope. I have been DPSing. Yeah, I don't want to tank. And I made that clear when I started the run that I wouldn't tank anything. I spent all of my life tanking and healing dungeons, so I kind of just wanted to DPS for a change. There we go. That one is done. I'm not going after whatever. It says there's Kodo up here. I'm not going to worry about that. I am going to come over here and try to find Serena Bloodfeather, though. And then I think we'll have to, well, it doesn't matter. It's not going to matter if we turn him in now or if we turn him in a level from now. The quest in Thunder Bluff. I don't know if we'll do Wailing Caverns again. I thought maybe we would do it a 3rd time, but I'm not sure. Unless there's like a lot of interest in putting a run out today. I don't know. Today I'm kind of time limited. with my wife still out of town on vacation, and me being solely responsible for everything, my kid has early release today. Because instead of doing like a late start that could benefit humans, they do early release. And so I have to be off of here at about 2 o'clock. So I have kind of like a limited window. That's why I got on a little bit earlier today. So unless there is like a big push to do WC, I don't really care if we do it again or not. We'll be out of level range for it soon. There's an amazing chest from the last boss. Not that we've seen. We've killed him twice. He's dropped the blue shield with intellect on it both times. So yeah, he might have a chance to drop like a good chest piece, I'm not sure, but we haven't seen it yet. But yeah, you guys can let me know if a bunch of people really want to do it. That's fine. I doubt with it being 11 o'clock in the morning, there are many people that want to do a Wailing Caverns run. The Murloc boss. Yeah, we've been doing him. He hasn't dropped anything. He dropped I think he dropped a ring a couple of times. He's also dropped the same item every time. Pretty sure it's like a caster ring or a caster belt or something that he kept dropping. Haven't seen anything good. He did drop a green of the bear, 4 stam, 4 strength, but we have this. I don't know. It seemed better. And then when we're over in Hillsborough, we have to think about when do we come back? When do we come back to do the lower level stuff or the higher level stuff in Southern Barrens? Because we're going to have stuff to do down there as well. So yeah, it's nice to be ahead of the leveling curve, but we're like ahead of the leveling curve in a weird manner. Lost one? I don't know, man. No, I've never seen anything like that drop out of Wailing Caverns. I could be wrong, but yeah, we haven't. If it's real, we haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I mean, obviously 13 strength and 5 stam would be great. I don't think I have Atlas loot on here. I have Atlas, but I have no Atlas loot, so that's kind of useless. Otherwise, I would check right now because I'm just not sure about that, man. Like 13 strength for classic era seems way outside of the stat budget. But yeah, maybe some things were like that in classic. Yeah, we're not going to run out of quest. Not with what we've been doing. We are having trouble doing quests before they turn gray. We have so many quests. We have quests for days right now. We're going to have so many quests to do that I'm going to have a hard time like doing them all before they turn gray, because we've done so many dungeon runs and we've got so much experience from the dungeon runs that we've left a lot of stuff behind that normally we would have to do. The time that we'll run out of quest will be like level 40s. Like that's when you run out of quest. You run out of quest in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. You hardly ever run out of quest before like level 38. Even if you're not being like careful, you don't normally run out of quest before level 38 or 40. Plenty of places to level before that. Yeah, 13 strength, 5 stam. We've never seen it. It probably has a 0.02% chance to drop. You know what I mean? Because that stat budget is like way off. It's way off for this level for classic era. So no doubt it can drop off the boss, but I would be curious to see what the percentage was. I'm definitely not gonna like farm the dungeon hoping to get such an absurd item. Like that's a way to set myself up for failure. You know. Yeah, like between Ashenvale, Stone Talon, and Hillsbred Foothills, like there's gonna be a place we don't go, and it's probably gonna be like we're not gonna do a lot of stuff in Ashenvale. I feel like we'll see how it goes. I mean, especially if we start getting into farming SFK. You know, if we do SFK 3 or 4 times, the same thing's gonna happen. We are gonna run out of quests. We're not gonna run out of like quests to do at level. They're all gonna go gray. Like we're just gonna keep getting to that point if we're farming them every day. Dead Ahead wants to invite me to a group. Okay, let's do it. I don't see her though. Oh, there she is. Yeah, you go ahead and pull her out. Well, that was easy enough. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do another one today, Clint. I'm not sure. If people want to put it together, I would go. Like I have until 2 o'clock my time. I have 3 hours. Yesterday, I think the run took about an hour and 45 minutes. So like I would do another one. Like I don't mind. It's worth the experience. Same thing. I'm not gonna put the group together. But yeah, I don't really know. We have so many quests that are like about to go gray and that have already gone gray that like we don't need it. Chance for a 13 strength chest piece, that's cool and everything, but it seems like that'd be pretty unlikely. Oh, see, this guy should have stayed in the group. Where's he at? We could kill this elite. I mean, I could probably kill that elite by myself, but I'm not gonna try. Maybe he'll come this way? He'd probably put us into a different layer as soon as he left the group. I don't see him. Alright, so that's done. What's going on up here? Okay, that's breadcrumbs. Do I want a hearth now? I sure do. Right on. Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go out of my way to put one together. If other people want to do that and I get an invite, I will do the run. But I'm not super concerned about it right now. What I know for sure is I want to do some of these intro quests in Stone Talon Mountains before we gain too many more levels. We ought to just fly over to Thunder Bluff and get those turned in and get that out of our quest log.
What do you need?
So we're probably going to need the space.
Go with honor.
Shining silver breastplate off the auction house. 14 strength, 6 stam. I mean, those stats seem outrageous for this level, but I will check. Shining silver breastplate. I have no idea where the auction house is in Thunder Bluff. I don't think I've ever visited the auction house in Thunder Bluff. Fact.
Trollhal, strength! For the Horde! Trollhal! Strength.
We don't have a lot of gold on this character anyway. Most of our gold is over on the bank alt. The bank alt has 3 gold, 4 gold almost. What is the other warrior it's showing here? Is that the warrior that died that I had to transfer off? It has to be. That's so weird. I wonder why Bagnon would still show the dead warrior. Very strange. It's so weird. I'm pretty sure I transferred her off to the Mancrik cluster. Huh. That's weird. I wish it wouldn't, like, include that in the total. That kind of sucks. Apparently we have some money over on the mage, almost a gold on the mage that I should send over to somebody. Yeah, we're doing okay. We don't have a ton of gold. We don't have as much gold as I would like to have, but we did buy a 2-handed axe. This cost us almost 3 gold, so... It does not have 13 strength on it. Sadly. I have to go into the files and remove it. Ugh. That sounds like something that I will not be doing. How am I still in the Barrens? I was here a week ago. It could be because I got my first warrior killed and had to re-roll. It could be that. It could be that I'm just a really slow player and you're much faster and better at the game. It could be a couple of different things, or a combination of all of them, more likely. Mushi, how's official hardcore been? It's been really fun. You haven't played because of Baldur's Gate. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't care for Baldur's Gate, but I'm happy for those that love it. Yeah, it's been a fun time. I've had fun. Yeah, I don't tend to rush. Even when I do feel like I'm rushing, like, I'm slow. So even when I feel like I'm rushing, I'm still going slow. It's just kind of how it is. I don't think I have the capacity to level really fast, especially while I'm streaming and trying to have a chat with you guys sometimes. Like, if I wanted to just, like, you know, stare at the screen, not look away, not speak, not eat, not move, then sure, I could probably be, like, level 30 by now, you know? But that sounds like it'd be awful. Alright, where are we going? We're going to Elder Rise for one, and oh good, 2 different rises. Okay, perfect. Just what I wanted to do, visit 2 different rises. As far as like the auction house and stuff, maybe I should locate, I want to check for the shining silver breastplate while I'm still thinking about it. Oh, I'm sure you guys can hear my dog. My dogs have been awful. With my wife not here, like, I take them outside like 3 times a day, but apparently it's not enough. And then, since no one's ever around them, they just bark at stuff they see outside. It's been a pretty big nuisance. If you have a life where you want to be on comms all the time, or you want to do this, or you have to like be on meetings for work, just don't have dogs. Like, do yourself a favor, don't have any dogs. Don't have anything that can make noise. That's my advice.
Walk with the earth.
Don't have things that can make noise. Not noise big enough to like distract you from what you're doing. It's in a weird spot, apparently. Yeah, he's a Texas Blue healer. He'll bark at anything. And he's teaching the little one to do the same thing, so I'm gonna have 2 yappy dogs that never shut up. Which is, yeah, it's just what I wanted with my life. The best spec for a level 20 Pally? Ooh. I'll let you guys handle it. Wow, what is this? This is the auction house in Thunderbluff? They're like, oh guys, we didn't put an auction house in Thunderbluff. What do? We put one guy at a tent. One guy. Shining silver breastplate? Oh. Oh, it's a blue. Oh, it's within my price range. Not on this character, but on the bank alt. But damn, I like saving my money for weapons. I like saving my money for it's a good deal. If I had more gold, I would go for it. Yeah, if I can somehow get that amount of gold on this character without touching the stuff on my bank alt, I'd like to do that. I've been very much contemplating just taking skinning and dropping alchemy and just selling, being able to sell a bunch of stuff. Yeah, there's basically you're gonna go into ret, like you're gonna go a little bit into holy, I think, for like improved strength. And then you're going to go into ret. There's a couple different ways to spec a pally. You can do a seal of command build. You can do like a seal of righteousness build. There's a couple different builds you can do. People will tell you different things, that like this one's better, that one's better. To be honest, they both kind of suck. It's like, no matter what build you do as a pally, you just can't expect to do a lot of damage, because you're not going to. But yeah, it's basically between using Seal of Righteousness or Seal of Command. And I think people say, like, the slower weapon you have, if you have a 3.8 weapon or slower, you should do Seal of Command.
What now?
But I tried so many different specs on the Paladin, and I just never found one that was amazing, and I just think it's because the Paladin just isn't supposed to deal a lot of damage. It might almost be worth, like, checking out a protection spec and getting a shield, you know? Because you're still not going to deal a lot of damage, but at least that way you'd be, like, super protected. Shock it in. Yeah. Okay, so now we gotta get all the way to the other rise. Let's go up and around. Prod is fun after 40. Oof. Yeah, I wish I could have tried it. I never got to try it. The best spec is Retired in Booty Bay. Yep. Yep, that's it. That's the one. I keep thinking about a Paladin, like getting on a Paladin again someday, but then I have to remind myself, like, of a lot of different things. The thing about the Paladin is that it is super survival. Like, if you want to live forever, then obviously the Paladin is a really safe choice. You just have to be okay with dealing 0 damage. Which some people are. Some people are not. Early on especially, like, it feels powerful early. It feels powerful early. Like, you don't notice that it kind of lags until, like, you're later on in leveling and you're burning through all of your mana every pull. That's kind of the worst part. It was like, I didn't mind that it was slow to kill things. The worst part is that we got to a point where, like, we would just blow through our mana every single pull. Even when I was spec'd into having more mana. Like, it didn't matter. That was the worst part for me. It was just like, not only would we have to heal, but we would just be out of mana every single pull. If not for that, like, I probably wouldn't have minded the slower, like, kill speed. Go on an agility build? Yeah? In classic era? Maybe. I wouldn't know.
Well met. May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
What is this?
Well met. We shall meet again.
Is this another quest for Wailing Caverns? What is this? That's a nice rogue sword. Very cool.
Winds be at your back.
It's another Wailing Caverns quest. Oh my god. Okay, well, I wish I'd have known about that. Have I read any literary RPG books? I don't think so. Right now I'm reading the Cosmere books. That's really all I've read in recent history. I've been working through those for about 8 or 9 months now. Chris, you hope they'll add some new talent trees in the new classic season? I wouldn't hold my breath, brother. The staff does a lot of damage. I'm gonna stick with the axe. Yeah, I don't know if we'll do Wailing Cavern again, but even if we were to, I'd probably just still stick with the axe that I have. I know when I bought the axe, people were like, get the staff from Wailing Caverns, and I was like, meh. That made people happy. My flagrant disregard for more DPS. Alright, we're done here. Yeah, I think we're done here. Right now I'm on book 4 of the Stormlight Archive. I finished Dawn Shard, which was a really fun read. And then I started on book 4. And then after that, I guess I'm going back for Lost Metal. And then after that, question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I think I'm like caught up. I think I'm caught up after that, which is kind of sad. Yeah, let's go to Crossroads, and then we'll go into Stone Talon. There's a couple that I might go back and reread. Like, I might reread the Secret History, Mistborn Secret History. I might reread that one. There might be a couple that I want to reread before I go do Lost Metal. I haven't read any of the Secret Project books yet. Nope. Maybe I should do that before I read Lost Metal. Because those are in the Cosmere somewhere, right? Like on various planets. I'm really excited to see like the next Mistborn era. I have fun with the current era, but I'm really excited to see like the high-tech Mistborn era. The weird thing is, and I don't know how they'll handle this, I was kind of hoping for some crossover of characters. But depending on what happens to some of the characters in the Mistborn like second era, there's not really going to be a way that they cross over if the Mistborn third era brings them to the current place in the timeline. Then I don't know how like people like Wax or Wayne are ever going to cross over with anybody from any of the other planets, because they will have been back in history a ways, unless they pull a Kelsier and they kind of like make themselves immortal somehow. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I guess gods could just pluck them from different timelines and drop them down somewhere. I like for some kind of like crossover epic showdown action. I'm curious to see how all that works out. Was I able to change my name to Rambles? Yeah, somebody had my name and they were willing to just let it go and give it to me. So now I have my name both here and on Defias Pillager on the Alliance side. Alright, over to Stonetalon we go. Morning, Amy. Hope work is going well. Lonnie, you have something I might need when I drop? What you meant when I get off the flight point? If that was the case, you'd probably have to like invite me to a group to see me. Because if you're just standing near the flight point, we'd probably be in different layers. There's about 17,000 layers, and that way every player gets their own layer, and you never see anybody else. So yeah, you'd have to invite me to a group to ever actually see me. That's what we've kind of found out. We've kind of found that out. Lots of layering going on. When was the last time I played retail? Whatever the last Death Knight episode I put up was. So at least prior to the start of hardcore launch on the 24th. And then like I was stupid. Today I was like, oh yeah, patch 0.7 or whatever the heck came out. I was like, oh, we get the Eridar skin color for Draenei. I will log in and I will make an Eridar skin Draenei just to check it out. That'll be cool. It's not cool. It's locked behind a quest line that I don't want to do. I can't just go into the character creator and have cool options. I have to go into the game and have a quest line about it. What's going on? What you got? Oh, medium armor kits. I can use that. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, I don't have anything on right now. Much appreciated. Yeah, so I thought, you know, I'd get to make this cool looking Draenei. Just not to necessarily even play it, just to see the options and look at it in the character screen. But no. I think I'd have to log in, probably on a Draenei, which I have. I guess I have a max level shaman, and I don't want to do that. Like I don't want to play the game. I just wanted to create the character, and I can't even do that. So they're reducing the layering slowly. I wish they would do it a little faster, because it just doesn't seem like it. I know the Barrens is a big place, so running across people in the Barrens, yeah, maybe you wouldn't as much. But even when I'm on the Rogue on Defias Pillager and I'm in some of the starting areas, it's just not busy. It's just not busy the way it was on Bloodsail Buccaneers, which is, it's kind of a bummer sometimes. Yeah, part of me wonders if I will play retail again before 11.0. I kind of wanted to level a bunch of classes up. But, you know, every time I play Classic, like, everything you do in Classic matters. Like, every body you skin, every weapon you get. Like, it all matters. And it matters the entire time you level up. And in retail, nothing you do matters. Even when you're doing, like, the level 60 to 70 stuff, like, none of it matters. The gear is disposable. It's going to be tossed out in a handful of hours. You never do professions before max level unless you're stupid. Yeah, I just don't know if I'll go back to it. And then, yeah, and then Endgame doesn't matter because, like, you just, new tiers of Endgame come out so fast. Like, unless you're in a guild, and it's just unless you're doing like a bowling night, like you just have a guild and you like to raid with each other because you're friends. And I guess then I could see how it would be fun for someone. I mean, but in that scenario, it would only be fun if you can raid log. And I don't know if raid logging is a thing you can really do in retail these days. But the way you have to play the raids doesn't interest me. I'm never gonna install weak auras. You know what I mean? That's it. I guess that's like the end of the statement. I'm never gonna install weak auras. I use DBM, you know. I'll use DBM. That's fine. But I'm not gonna do anything else. And so, but all the encounters are designed for you to have all those add-ons. And I just don't want to do it. Yeah, I wish they would make the leveling matter. Like, it doesn't all have to be about leveling. There can be and should be a robust endgame. But I think they got confused. It's like they don't realize that both things can matter, that the game can have both elements. The leveling journey can matter the entire time, and endgame can be fun and have good rewards. Like, both of these things can be true. They were true in BC, they were true in Wrath of the Lich King. They stopped being as true in Cataclysm and onward. But yeah, the leveling part of the game can be meaningful, and there can still be a robust endgame that's fun to play. But retail isn't like that. Austin, oh, I know. I'm a fan of every NFL team. I watch every game I can. Now, our top teams are the Chiefs. Obviously, I'm in Michigan, so the Lions, and then for me, like the Buffalo Bills after that. Yeah, I watch a lot of different teams. I'll watch any game I can. But yes, I am hyper aware that the season starts tonight because I've been waiting. I've watched all the preseason games I could.
What can I do?
So yeah, Chiefs, Lions tonight. It's going to be hard because they're like, you know, I kind of fell in love with football watching the Chiefs while we lived in Missouri.
Go forth.
But I kind of think Patrick Mahomes is a dip. I kind of think he's an immature dip. He's really skilled, no doubt. But I don't really like him as a human being. So I might be rooting for the Lions tonight. Yeah, doesn't Kelsey have a knee problem going on? But they said it wasn't really bad. Like, how did that? I don't even know how that happened. I saw a little blurb on like my phone, ESPN News. Like, yeah, that something was going on with his knee, but that it wasn't like a critical thing that, you know, he'd be able to recover from it. But yeah, I guess he's probably not playing tonight. Can't wait to watch the Lions upset the Chiefs and then proceed to do nothing else impressive the rest of the season. Well, that's pretty negative, Viper. Hey, they did pretty well last season. They almost got into the play. They were one win away from actually getting into the playoffs. The curse got lifted last year. There was a curse on the Lions for a long time. And then they had somebody cleanse the stadium. And then as soon as they lifted the curse, they started to play well. So, yeah. He hyperextended his knee in practice? Son of a bitch. It was practice? You can't hurt yourself in practice. I mean, he's getting old. What is he, like 34 now? That kind of stuff's gonna happen. What's going on over here? I don't know why I did that. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having something to do in the evenings. Because, I tried to play Starfield yesterday on the Game Pass. Has anybody else tried to play Starfield on the Xbox? Because I'm going to complain about this pretty hard in a second here. It won't be a long rant, but I'm going to complain about it pretty hard in a second. And I'm wondering if anybody, like, was waiting for it to come out on Game Pass. You know, because we were promised day one Game Pass. And, like, I wonder if anybody else played it on the Xbox and had the experience that I had. I don't know if I want to charge this. Is this going to pull everybody? Probably. Probably. It didn't. So there's a couple things with Starfield. The biggest problem, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, it's an Xbox console exclusive. Okay? The Series X is the best hardware they currently make. The fucking game runs in 30 frames a second, guys. There's no 60 FPS option. You know how most games have performance setting and quality setting, so you can run in 4K at 30 FPS, or you can run in 1440 at 60 FPS. Starfield, an Xbox console exclusive, doesn't have that option. It's 30 effing FPS. It looks like hot garbage. It's like I'm playing on the goddamn Switch. I couldn't believe it. I stared at the menu options for 10 minutes, trying to find where I could put it on performance mode, just to see the game in 30 frames like my eyeball can. And there's no way to do it. And apparently people are just okay with it. And then it runs like garbage on PC too. I was watching Carnage play it on his $7,000 computer. And it looks like ass. Beyond that, there's more. The art is boring looking. The color palette is drab. So even if I was running it in 60 FPS, it would still look like garbage in my opinion. The characters seem boring, cookie cutter, and lame. Yes, boring and lame. And then you shoot things, which is fine. People like to shoot things. And like, it got an 8. It's getting like an 88 on OpenCritic. Which is disgusting. The game deserves a 78. The game deserves a 78 or a 79. Yeah, I heard it almost killed Asmon's PC. The weapons look cool. Yeah, Martin, the weapons do look cool. Yeah. The weapons look cool. And then they go pew pew. And like, that's the whole game. The flight controls for flying in space is lame. It's not an open space environment. You know, like in No Man's Sky, how you fly and then you actually enter the atmosphere of the planet and then you land your ship? Not in Starfield. You click on the thing and you wait for a loading screen to put you on the planet. It's not an open world. It's not even as good as No Man's Sky, a game that's been around for a long time. Oh my god, it's so... And then I turned on Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which runs amazing. It's a 15-year-old game that just looks better. The characters have personality. The world seems unique and interesting. And yeah, so then I played a couple hours of a campaign in Mass Effect Legendary Edition. You know, I'm not going to touch Starfield again with a 6-foot pole. I don't care. It's a bad game in my opinion. And to top it all off, it runs like crap on the console that it's an exclusive on. Unreal. I gotta breathe. I forgot to breathe there for a minute, that's true. Who needs oxygen? I can thrive off of negativity alone when it comes to this topic. Yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, what can I expect? What I decided was that games made today are mostly just garbage. When I turned on Mass Effect and it was so much better and the world had so much more soul, the characters just seemed more fun, the color palette was beautiful, the graphics were great, even though they're just like HD updated from 15 years ago, it still looks a lot better than Starfield does today. I was just like, oh, okay, so what you're saying is games made today are all garbage. Yeah, I'm sure there's some interesting stuff in there. Oh yeah, absolutely. But listen to this. Think about the way you go into Mass Effect, right? You go into Mass Effect, you make your character, you go to the Eden Prime outpost, there's some mystery, there's intrigue, you're being interviewed for the Spectres, which is like a super secret James Bond-ish space spy organization. All of a sudden there are alien zombies running around and there's this alien artifact and you tackle Caden out of the way, you go up into the artifact, you have this crazy vision. In Starfield, you're a miner. And your boss is like, hey, go touch this weird rock. We don't want to do it. You go touch the weird rock, some music plays, and then you wake up and people are joking about you going on an acid trip. Which one is cooler? Which one sets a better vibe and is going to pull you into the universe more? It was such a weak start. Such a boring start. Unbelievably boring to start a game that's supposed to be a big, epic space opera. Think about how Mass Effect started. Like, it's unreal. There's no way to even compare the two. But yeah, that was my experience last evening as I tried to just entertain myself for the couple hours that I have between when I convince my kid that it's time for bed and then I have to fall asleep myself. I just thought maybe I'd play some Starfield, but no. I ended up playing some Mass Effect. And I think I'm going to keep doing that because I was actually having a good time. It always starts as you being a boring nobody, then that's dumb. Then they're dumb and that's a dumb way to get people into an RPG. I can be a nobody, but start by having a cool thing happen to the nobody. My problem was they just did a stupid, trite little thing. We found a little alien floaty rock and we touched it. Okay. Cool. We could be a nobody to start, but then have something actually interesting happen to us. And I think they thought that was interesting. I think they thought touching a little floaty rock, seeing a galaxy and hearing some music was an interesting thing. I don't think they thought, man, this is boring as dirt. This'll rope them in. No, I think they thought it was interesting, but it was stupid. That's all. It was just stupid. Oh yeah, don't get me started on the ship controls. Oh yeah, that could be like 2 more hours of ranting. Let's just say ship controls bad. Ship controls bad. Yeah. They need to, the developers needed to go play like 100 hours of No Man's Sky. And then if they had done that, maybe they could have made a good sci-fi game. I don't know. Probably not. It's Bethesda. The artifact thing is the beacon from ME1, but boring as fuck. Yeah, it's basically the same concept, but instead of like being a pillar that lifts you into the air, throws one guy, explodes in your face, and gives you like knowledge of an ancient civilization that's going to come back and destroy the galaxy, instead of it being that, it shows you some lights and music, and then you wake up and the characters joke about how you went on a trip. Like, it's dumb. Modern games are stupid and boring. I guess that's all that it is. It's not even about fixing things. It's just about the game being boring and dumb. I guess modders could fix that. Maybe they could make it less boring and dumb. As far as the FPS thing, then yeah, they're probably waiting for modders to like fix the graphics of the broken game. Yeah. Maybe they'll release a mod for the Xbox that lets the thing run in 60 FPS. They wouldn't get me to go back and play it, but it would have been a better day one experience at least. There is no FOV slider, that's why you couldn't find it. It's not there. Like how there's no graphic settings. They don't exist. They're not there. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm over it. I just can't believe that's what people think is good. It's so sad that a game like that can get released and that it can get an 88 on OpenCritic and that people can tout it as a good game. It's like, I think that people have just forgotten what good games are. I think that games are just so bad now that like they're willing to accept anything. I picked up a green. I did. Quarterstaff of Intellect. What am I looking for here exactly? I have like somebody I need. The Ruffians. Okay, so these are all mercenaries. Yeah, it might sell for next to nothing. Exactly. And yeah, hey, and if you guys like the game, if you're out there like, man, this guy is way off, what an asshole, that's fine. Like, then enjoy the game. Enjoy the bad game, because in a sea of bad games, it's probably fine. In a sea of bad games and botched releases, it's probably okay. Exactly, people buy it before they even know if it's good or not. Why bother making it amazing? And like I said, they probably think it's good. You know, they probably thought it was good. It just isn't. I give it a 79 out of 100. And I feel like that would be pretty generous considering the fact that just on the basis that it's an Xbox exclusive that I can't get to run in 60 FPS on my Xbox Series X. Just on that alone, I'd have to give it a 79. If I ignored everything else that I hated about it, I'd still have to go right to that. Because what? What? It's 2023, this is your most powerful hardware, this is an exclusive game that won't be released on the PS5, and I can't run it in 1440-60? That's an engine thing. What? Why? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I give it a 79 because I have to admit that, like I said, in a sea of horrible games, it's probably not that bad. So, like, being objective to how bad games are these days, yeah, I'm still gonna give it a 79. I guess, like, for the drab graphics, the monotone characters, the boring start, I could go, like, 77 for all that stuff. Yeah, I guess I should know better, because it's Bethesda. And now I don't know what to do. Now I just want to stop trying new games. Because I feel like I bounce off the good ones, and then the rest of them are bad. So I'm like, what's the point? That's why I'm excited to have the NFL back. I'll just watch football. I don't need to try to play video games in my spare time. It doesn't seem worthwhile. I do remember the Rift MMO. That's all. That's it. It's done. That's my rant on Starfield. Sorry. Yeah, I should have a different channel called Robert Rants, and I should just exclude all this stuff from the streams. That'd probably be better. I just sometimes wonder if anybody's having the same experience as I am, or if I'm just an awful person who doesn't enjoy video games anymore. If that was true, I don't think I could enjoy World of Warcraft, but it's like it's a different era of video game. Did I ever play the Stronghold games? No. That does not sound familiar, so probably not. Yeah, what was like the last new game that I liked? I don't know. I had to think about that for a while. I guess I don't remember the last, like, oh, Vampire Survivors. A retro game. Yeah. Vampire Survivors might have been the last new game that I liked. Fucking Hogwarts Legacy was more interesting and better than Starfield. I enjoyed watching my wife, like, beat that game. Would I have played it myself? Maybe. If she hadn't been so into playing it, I might have played it myself. Maybe. So yeah. I mean... No. I think I could like a new game if it was good. No, I did not enjoy Baldur's Gate. I thought it was really boring. That was all. I just thought it was really boring. I could go to the loggers. Yeah, it was just too much talking. It just seemed like a graphic novel, basically, like just a choose your own adventure, talk to your NPCs for 17 hours type of deal, and I just wasn't really into it. The problem is it probably had a really good story and really good characters. But since I'm currently reading like what I consider to be the best fantasy series ever written by anybody, I don't really need a really good story and really good characters right now. What I wanted was really fun gameplay. What I wanted out of an RPG, like I wanted it to be open world. I wanted there to be a sense of adventure, and I wanted there to be like really fun, engaging gameplay. And the combat system, it's not fun or engaging gameplay. And a lot of times, the way to win in Baldur's Gate 3 seemed to be just to talk your way out of fighting. And so anytime I took the aggressive path to the game, like, you just got, like, severely punished for it. And even with it being punishing, the battles and combat and the gameplay was not fun for me. I think it might have been something that would have appealed to me, like, maybe like 10 years ago. If I had found a game like Baldur's Gate 3 10 years ago, then it might have appealed to me, because it probably does have a really good story and really good characters, but that wasn't really what I was looking for out of it. I wasn't wanting to talk to my NPCs for 3 hours every time I went back to camp. I wasn't wanting to save scum my conversations to make sure that I don't initiate a fight that's going to kill me. I wasn't really looking for those things. And so I just don't understand. I don't have enough knowledge to, like, enjoy it, I guess. I don't know. But no, I didn't like it. It's probably a genre. If I played any other CRPG, I would probably feel the exact same way about it. I remember feeling that way when I tried Divinity, and I don't know why I thought that Baldur's Gate 3 would be a substantially different game from Divinity Original Sin 2. Obviously the things about the combat are different, but it's essentially the same type of game, obviously. I should have taken my learnings from Divinity, and I should have just realized that it wasn't going to be for me. Yeah, I have ADD, so I just need there to be fun combat that's fun. And if it's tactical combat, I want there to be Overwatch mechanics, because for some reason in tactical combat, like, my brain can't figure out what to do when I can't draw the enemy towards me and, like, kind of layer, like, Overwatch shots on them. I guess that's, like, just from XCOM. XCOM 2 basically ruined me for tactical combat. And then War Tales was fun in that regard, too. In War Tales, you can do some stuff like that, where you could set up shots, like reaction shots, that would hit people as you kind of filtered them into the place you wanted them to run to. But without any kind of Overwatch mechanic, I just could not conceptually grasp what the hell the game wanted me to do. And I was trying to play it on story mode, and I still didn't like it. Is movie ranting still on cooldown? I think, like, after this, all rants are going on cooldown for the rest of the stream. Yeah, I just want to run my guys around and fight stuff and have the fighting be fun and have the like level up systems be interesting and
Have
have the loot be interesting.
Keep it real.
I don't really watch a lot of movies. For the same reason, like I'm already engaged in like some of the best storytelling I've ever been engaged with. So like for me to go engage with a movie, like I already know that I'm not going to enjoy the stories as much because they're really in a movie. A story has to be really short form. They have to cram everything in a very small amount of time. My wife and son went to see the Barbie movie, and they both really liked it. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but they saw it and they liked it. So we need to watch out for like deforesters mainly. Yeah, like this guy here, they throw. Let's see how hard they hit. Just so we have a baseline for like, can we get attacked by these guys? Can we handle more than one of them? Let's see how hard they can hit us. Oh, he's not shooting fireballs at us. Huh. Okay, well that's fine. That works. Now they shouldn't make a new Warcraft movie. They should make a CG animated series. You don't, if you love an intellectual property, you don't want to see a movie about it, because a movie is going to be 2.5 hours long. There's going to be 3 hours of content they had to cut to get it to 2.5 hours long. The story is going to be super short, super simple. There's not going to be any character or plot development that really happens. And then maybe in 2 years you get a sequel. If you have a favorite IP, you absolutely don't want them to make a movie about it. You want a competent studio to pick it up and make like a 8 to 10 episode series about it and then hope that that gets a second season. Because that's the only way you're going to get like long-form storytelling, stories that matter, characters that develop, etc. You're not going to get it out of a 2.5 hour movie. It needs to be an animated series done by Blizzard's own animators. And it needs to look like all the Sourfang cutscenes that happened during BFA. And I would watch that. Dustin, the Lord of the Rings movies were 6 hours long each, and for the theatrical release they cut 2 hours out of each of them. I mean, what are we talking about? That's like a special case, because firstly like the movies were originally 6 hours long, and then they cut a bunch. They had to cut as much as they could to get it down to theatrical releases. And what other movie is gonna have the budget and shit that they had during the time that they had it? Like nobody is. I don't think like comparing it to Lord of the Rings and saying like, well, Lord of the Rings movies told a big story. Yeah, they did. They were 6 hours long each. Of course they did. I remember one time I watched the extended edition and I read the book at the same pace that the movie went. I was able to read the book with the movie. That's how long the movies are. Like, granted, it was during a time in my life when I could read faster, but still, I was able to read the frickin' book at the same rate that the movie played out. When you have 6 hours for a film, yeah, you can do that. Or, you can have 45-minute episodes, and you can do 8-episode seasons. It's the same amount of time I'm talking about. The Lord of the Rings movies took the same amount of time that it would take to do like an 8-episode, 45-minute episode run of like a limited TV series. It's the same amount of time. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I'm still not right. I'm still not wrong. I'm not going to relent on this. We're not going to compare it to the Lord of the Rings for the simple fact of what I just explained, which was that I was able to read the book at the same rate that the movie played out. So they were able to get the whole book into the movie. They got the whole book into the movie. When you get the whole book into the movie, that's great. Great, you fit the whole book in. That's awesome. But usually you don't have like source material like that. Like if we're talking about a Warcraft movie, what's the source material? They're going to have to come up with their own story. They're not going to be working off a 300-page novel and converting that into a movie. You know, they're going to be telling a new story without like a solid source material. And for that, a 2.5-hour movie is not going to cut it. That's my point. Movie rants over. You guys have at it. You guys have at it. That's your opinion, and it's clearly not my opinion, and we can have different opinions, but saying it over and over again is not going to convince me, and coming up with different arguments about it is not going to convince me, and pointing to different movies that were good is not going to convince me. 2.5 hours is not enough time for me to tell a compelling story in a fantasy universe that's a big universe. It's not enough time, and so you can tell a short story in that amount of time. We watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, or whatever the heck it was called. We watched that movie. That was a one-off movie that's not like based in a big giant universe with 17 books or 15 video games, and that was okay. And that was like 2.5 hours. And I consider, like, if you want to do short storytelling, if you want to tell a short story, then a movie is a good medium to do that. A movie is a perfect medium to tell a short story. And people can tell compelling short stories if you're into that kind of thing. That's why there are sequels. Yeah, the MCU worked out to be really compelling and good, didn't it? Yep, movies are good for short stories. Sometimes TV shows and games can tell longer stories. But ultimately, books are going to always tell the best stories. Was I more immersed when playing alone, not recording? Not always reading chat? Yeah, that's why I still do that. I have recorded series. No, I like having conversations even when someone is blatantly wrong or they're not going to be able to convince me that their point is valid. I still enjoy having those interactions, believe it or not. Because those are human interactions. And even as an introvert, I like having human interactions. I enjoy the recorded stuff because, yeah, I just don't have to talk as much. And that's why I still do that. That's why I didn't stop doing recorded stuff altogether. It's why I only stream for a few hours a day also. I've been saying that exact thing the whole time. That's why I keep saying you're not going to convince me. Yeah, because we're just different. I don't like short stories and I don't like short movies. And you're not going to convince me that they can tell good, compelling, long-form fantasy stories. Like that was my point. We believe different things, and like any argument you pose, it's just not going to convince me or change my mind. I'm still going to sit here and say that a 2.5-hour movie is not going to be a compelling story if you're trying to tell a story in a big epic fantasy world that you want to like continue and have character growth and have world building. Like you're not going to convince me that that's a good way to do it. It is a way people could try to do it, but no matter what, I'm just never going to concede because we're different. We believe different things. Yeah, I'd already said that. Do we get a break from the heat? Yeah, I mean, kind of. We were supposed to get... They lie. They just lie about the weather. We were supposed to get a pretty big break today, but it turns out it's like going to be a little break. It was supposed to... Originally, they were like, oh, 72 for a high. And I was like, oh, wow, that's quite a big break. And now they're like, 80. I'm like, oh, we went from 72 to 80. We went from 72 to 80 with humidity. So, like, we got a break overnight in this morning. Overnight in this morning, we're decent. I can already tell that it's heating up outside again. It's because the sun came out, there was moisture in the air, and now it's 70. It's 78 degrees, but it feels like 84 or something stupid like that. So we got a little break. They lied, and they said we were gonna get like this big break. Tomorrow's high was supposed to be like 68 degrees. Now it's gonna be 75. So yeah, we did get a little break. I have to just take it for what it is, and I have to understand that the entire planet is melting. And that it might never be cool. It might never be cold out again.
Keep it real.
You know, at this point, it just might never be cold out again. That seems to be like a thing. I need the deep moss spider eggs, don't I? Or do I? Oh, I don't know if I have that quest even. I don't see it. That's a big bummer. Yeah, I should have picked that up in Ratchet. Yep, there it is. Level 20. Could have been doing it the whole time. Could have been doing it the whole time. Let's go get the flight point from Sunrock Retreat, I guess. Since we're pretty close. Yeah, in Michigan it never gets into like the 80s and 90s in September, but now we have 80s and 90s in September, so I guess the entire climate's just changed now. Basically just accept that it's always going to be like 10 to 15 degrees hotter than it ever was before. And then you'll be good to go. I heard a little bit about the hurricane. Every couple of days I'll listen to the first 2.5 minutes of the nightly news. You know the segment where they tell you all the stories that they're going to talk at length about? I listen to that part of the news sometimes just so I have like the general gist of like what's going on. And so yeah, I did hear about a potential hurricane. But I don't know enough about hurricanes to know if we're even in hurricane season or if we're supposed to be out of hurricane season or any of that stuff. So I don't know how remarkable it is that we're having a hurricane in that area. Because that is kind of like a place where hurricanes go. Yeah, we are in hurricane season. Okay, so even more like... We're in hurricane season. You live in a hurricane zone. Hurricanes suck. Category 5, 175 mile per hour wind sounds bad. Like, I'm not a wind expert. But a lot of times when we get like 60 mile per hour winds, the power goes out, so. Yeah, you couldn't pay me enough money to live in a hurricane zone. I guess there's like limited space on the planet, so like maybe it's just not an option for everybody. A lot of people get born into a place and you're born there and you're just kind of stuck there. And I get that, but like yeah, you could not pay me to live in a hurricane zone. There's not enough insurance money in the world that would make it okay. Like if I had any choice as a human being, I could never justify like, yeah, let's move into a hurricane zone. That sounds like a great idea. Prime real estate. I just couldn't do it. And I think a lot of people, you just end up there. You know, you don't really have a choice. You know, your work's there, your family's there. That's where you live. But like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, earthquakes. I'm not doing that either. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing earthquakes either. Yeah, I'm gonna live in a place that doesn't have those things if I can. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna choose to live in a place that has either of those things. Because that just seems like trouble. Elemental water. Okay, this is we don't need to pick any of this stuff up right now, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we need to actually pick up anything here. Is there anything low level? No, not really. Level 23 quest, we don't even need to do that. Let's just grab the flight point and then we'll get out of here. Move out of America. There's so many places in America that doesn't have those things. Like I've lived in a couple different places and we haven't had earthquakes or hurricanes. I lived in Kansas City. We were fine. I never even saw a tornado The rest of my life, I've lived in Michigan. Same thing. I've never even seen a tornado, and I haven't really gone out of my way to avoid them. It just hasn't. I've never seen one. So like, yeah, there's lots of places where you can live and not have hurricanes and not have earthquakes. There's only a few places to live that have those things. Strangely, some of the places that have those things are like some of the highest real estate values in the country. So it's a little weird. I'm looking at you, California. I'm looking at you. Boulder Slide Ravine. Boulder Slide Ravine. Huh. I don't really remember Boulder Slide Ravine. It sounds like a cave or something. It reminded me though that I should... Well, he's level 19. I don't even know that we need to work on that right now either. Is this my highest tune? In official hardcore it is, yep. Mm-hmm. I'm like, your first week in Florida you got hit by a hurricane? See, I would leave. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. So, and insurance is never going to help all the way. There's like, so there's not enough insurance money in the world that's ever going to make it okay. But I'm a creature of habits. Like I couldn't like be in a place where I'd have to evacuate. I don't want to evacuate. I don't even like going on vacations because it takes me away from my daily routine. If I don't even like going on vacations, I sure as hell am not going to be able to handle like having to evacuate, leave all my stuff behind, etc. It seems terrifying. Yeah, Clint, exactly. Like, yeah. But hurricanes. And then I think that's an argument enough to not do it. Unless, like I said, unless you don't have a choice. Like, maybe your work is relocating you there. Maybe you are born there and have family there and you're not in a position to leave. So I get that, but if it's a person's, like, choice, if you're picking a place to live, then I would say don't pick a hurricane or earthquake zone. Don't become a statistic. Like, just try to find somewhere else. There's plenty of nice places if you are choosing. If you are, you know, getting to choose. Should I try to escort Kea? Maybe. It's level 18. At the last part, 3 guys spawn. Worst case scenario, we let her die. Do I enjoy RuneScape 3 or OSRS? Old school RuneScape? I have never played either. I've never played either. At least with a tornado, like, yeah, like I've never seen a tornado. But I feel like tornadoes, they're a little bit more random and they're not quite as destructive as really powerful hurricanes or earthquakes. Now, you could get that one tornado that's like a mile wide. I guess that could happen. It has happened. Yeah, maybe there will be somebody there. I could probably do it by myself. I've done it before, and like I wasn't gonna be able to do it, and I just let them kill her. And that's not a big deal. Then I just finish them up, and then we just don't get credit for the quest. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it. I think there might be a follow-up to fight our way back there anyway. Let's see what dude has to say when we turn in the first one. I'm pretty sure we get a follow-up to go fight other Grim Totem back in that area. Alex, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. You came just in time. You missed the long movie rant. You missed the Starfield rant. You missed all the ranting for today, I think. So this was a good time to join the stream. Yep, I'm ranted out. In 2003, there was one that was 1.5 miles wide. Yeah, see, that's like, okay, well, that sucks. And then I'm gonna pick a direction and drive 1.5 miles. And I'm gonna get out of the way. I'm gonna get out of the way. And then I'm gonna cross my fingers. Like, it's harder to get out of the way of a hurricane. You have to go further. You have to go further to get out of the way of a hurricane. Yeah, I missed. Oh God, Clint, don't even mention. Oh God, there's gonna be so many comments. If you hate video games, why don't you just stop playing them? You clearly don't know how to play video games. You don't enjoy them, and you should just stop. Yep, that's what I said. That's gonna be the comment. Except it's gonna be 6 paragraphs of it, and I'm gonna be compelled to read all of it. Idle, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Tactical, you're digging the rogue playthrough? That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it. I'm having a lot of fun on the rogue. On the rogue, I have now found 4 bags. We found 0 bags on this character, and I found 4 bags on the rogue already. It's probably using up all my luck on the rogue, but it's been really good. I have been enjoying it a lot. We should probably pick up the troll quest back here too. Yeah, we have a couple of things down there. You know, before I started using Questy, I never knew this quest existed. Yeah, 19 years and I never knew it was there. Yeah, Tactical, I found that leather farm and I was like, you know what? We're doing leatherworking. I made a bunch of stuff today too. I've got myself kitted out with like some of the best stuff I could make. So much leather. It's so easy to get leather in like copious amounts. Which region has the best ambient music? Maybe like Ashenvale or Elwyn Forest. Probably Ashenvale, Elwyn Forest, or Teldrassil. Teldrassil's music is really good. Right on, Idol. We are about the same age. I'm turning 40 this year. I'm being invited to a group. I don't see a person. Is this one of you guys?
What brings you
I just don't see anybody around.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
Glory to the Horde. Greetings.
What is she doing? Oh, she's doing a little role play.
Loktar. Strength. Go with honor.
I still don't know. Who are you, person that has invited me? Who are you? And what do you want? State your business here. Oh, okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's awesome. They hit me up with something in party chat. And that's all they just wanted to tell me something. So, that makes sense. The leather farm was it was literally the farm south of Goldshire. You know the one where you get the quest from Billy and he wants you to get like the boar meat for the pie? Well, all you gotta do is stand there and skin everything that everybody kills. And we farmed up to 75 skinning in about 12 minutes. It was the fastest that I've ever leveled, and then we went back for more. But yeah, it was just standing there in the farm, and like the people that were killing there, they were not skinners, and they were leaving hundreds of boar on the ground, and I just went around skinning all of them. And we instantly hit 75 skinning. It was a pretty good time. Yep, and then we had so much leather that I decided to go leatherworking, and that's been paying off already. I've already made quite a dent into leveling that up. Yeah, I don't know if there is a horde equivalent, Alex. Where do people go to kill a lot of stuff in one? It was like it's one small area. That's what made it really good. It's like you can get those boars elsewhere, but they put them all right there, and I can't think of anything on the Horde side that's really equivalent. Ultimately, I continually become convinced that despite not having as good access to dungeons, that the Alliance questing and leveling is better. I feel like the Alliance questing and leveling was probably worked out first. And then they went in and they did all the Horde stuff. Maybe they got tired. Maybe they hit deadline issues. Have I ever reached 60 in a hardcore character? No, the closest we got was level 47 on Bloodsail Buccaneers. And that was on a Paladin that I just was so tedious I didn't even want to play it anymore. So I retired him. That was in solo self-found. We just couldn't find. Yeah, it was in solo self-found and we couldn't do the finding. So we had no gear and we had no weapons and it just got really tedious. If that Paladin was in official hardcore, he probably would have went all the way to 60, no problem. Because we'd be able to go to the auction house and buy stuff. We had so much gold. We had almost 100 gold because we didn't need to have a mount or buy a mount. We just got it for free. And we had all this money that I couldn't use. It got every time I logged in, it was depressing. What level am I shooting for today? I have no idea. I'm aiming to be the slowest leveling person who ever plays hardcore WoW. Because that seems to be what people like. Or at least they like to comment on it, I guess. We'll probably hit at least level 24. we'll probably hit level 24. And beyond that, I have no idea. The Yeti. Oh, yeah, the Yeti Cave. You know what? I was there today. It's not as good because it's more dangerous because the Yeti, when they respawn, they're aggressive. Whereas when the boars respawn, they're not aggressive, so you're never in threat. But yeah, the Yeti Cave with some of the wildlife outside of it, that's a good place for a skinning. I did do some skinning there today, too. Yeah, it's not as good because that stuff's aggressive, but it's close. You know. It's close. We are not really where we want to be. We should be able to go right over here, though. Yeah, this connects. We should be fine. Yeah, you guys with your alliance characters. We have to make an alliance guild at some point. At some point, I'll have to pop on my character during the stream, and just really quick, we can like put together a quick and sloppy alliance guild, so that we have something going on over on Defias Pillager. I don't even think anybody has to run it. I don't know. Yeah, that's what sucks. Is like I'm not gonna run it. I'll do the now that I have a template to follow. Now that I can like kind of look at some of the stuff we've done with the ranks, and I kind of have a template to follow. I probably could set up all the ranks and stuff like that just fine. Now that I can like follow what somebody else has already done, it would be pretty easy just to do it like that. But yeah, that's kind of the sucky thing. Is like it is hard to have a guild in 2 places at once, you know. It's kind of hard. It doesn't have to be hard. It could just be a guild, you know. It doesn't. There's no guild bank. There's nothing really to manage except for setting up the ranks and access. But then there's like inviting people. Like, yeah, it's a little bit of work, right? It's a little bit of work. Am I gonna play some Wrath when the Dungeon Finder comes into the game? I don't know. I wish I felt compelled to. The Joyous Journey is going on right now, and I thought that when the Joyous Journey happened, I would jump back onto the Warlock and like keep her going. And I thought I would be compelled to do so. I thought like I would be like, oh cool, Joyous Journey, let's go go go. But then they were like, yeah, we're leaving Joyous Journey in the game forever now. And I was like, oh. So, dead game. So game is dead.
Greetings.
Yeah.
May the eternal sun
I don't know.
shine upon
I might be in a holding pattern for Cataclysm. Did I want JJ permanent? And no, at one point in my life I thought they should leave it in, but then what I realized is that they had to use it as an impetus to get people excited to play the game and to level up in the game. Like, the first time they did the JJ bonus, I was like, oh, they should just leave this. But then I realized that they can't, because then I realized that the only way in Wrath of the Lich King to get people excited to level alts is to do the JJ between patches. It was like the carrot that they like got people to chase. And that was their idea. They came up with that, and I realized, oh, that's what they're doing. Okay, that makes sense. But now that they have given up on that, it feels like dead game. And maybe they knew that had they done it back then, it also still would have felt like dead game. But the problem was, like, without JJ, nobody levels characters. But putting it in for the rest of the thing, like, I don't know, it just kind of took the wind out of the sails. And also, like, yeah. Sometimes a hypocrite is simply a person in the process of change. Yeah, it's probably not dead right now. And maybe I'll log in at some point and check it out. Maybe we'll check it out today. Maybe we'll just fire up a starting zone and see what it looks like. But like, to me, I think like, what's the point? There isn't a progression path for solo players in Wrath of the Lich King. Even if I take the character to 80, what am I gonna do with it? No one's doing heroics. They're not gonna invite you to Heroic Plus or Heroic Plus Plus or Heroic Plus Plus Plus. So what's my path? You know, what's my journey look like? Am I just taking the character to max level and then sitting it? Because I'd rather wait for a Cataclysm announcement date to do that. You know what I mean? If my only goal is to get a character to max to like wait for Cataclysm, I would be fine with the Joyous Journey, but I would rather have a Cataclysm announcement date so that I can know like when I should really be focusing on the character. Because I'm pretty sure we're like Cataclysm isn't going to be till summer 2024, so we have quite a while, you know what I mean? The journey is a journey in vanilla, but the journey isn't just the journey in Wrath. It is a journey, and it's still more of a journey than retail, and it's still a bulky journey, but with JJ the point is to get to max level. Yeah, there's a journey in Wrath without Joyous Journey, but with JJ, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the character to max level. And if you're trying to get the character to max level, then it seems fitting that you should have a couple of goals at Endgame. And I don't really have any goals. It would be cool to DPS the Heroic Plus Plus, I guess. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, the reward is gear, okay? But what am I gonna do with the gear? what am I going to do with it? I'm going to do more heroic plus. I'm going to get even more gear. Eventually, I'm going to be so geared out. And then what? And then the Cataclysm is going to come out. And I'm going to replace that gear with greens. It's a tough one. Because you have to have intrinsic motivation to play it. You have to have motivation that comes from within you. Because the extrinsic motivation, the things the game is going to give you to play, it's not enough in Wrath. It's not enough. I don't care about the gear. I don't care about having the best gear. I don't care about farming gear. I don't care about doing the raids because I've already done them all so many times in the past. So I don't have a lot of intrinsic motivation to play Wrath, and the game does not give me a lot of motivating things to play it, so it's kind of hard to get myself to play it. Does that make sense? And I love parts about Wrath. I love the class design for a lot of the classes. I think they're really awesome and in a really good spot. I love having access to like the Blood Elves and the Draenei. But like, yeah, I guess I lack the intrinsic motivation to play it. Yeah, if LFD, if they had done LFD and permanent JJ at the same time, then maybe, because like honestly, I would like to do some dungeons leveling up. That would make it kind of, oh, she just vanished. She just ninja vanished. But yeah, we still don't have LFD, and what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go into Wrath. I'm gonna bitch about not having LFD. I'm not gonna be able to do any dungeons. Like, no one's gonna invite me to a group. Yeah, maybe if they had done LFD and permanent JJ, maybe that would have been like a compelling in some way. It's rough. If you guys were all playing Classic and we could hang out and have a good time in the streams, that would be the extrinsic motivation that I would need to do it. Because like I said, I don't have a lot of motivation just within myself. But if you guys were all hyped for Wrath and you're like, damn, now's the best time to play Wrath, and you guys were all playing it, having a good time, then I would probably check it out. And a couple of you guys are having that experience. But I just don't think that a lot of people are. And then like, so you say it's really busy. Like, we'll check it out at some point today. Next time we get to an inn or something, we'll log into a couple starting zones on Peggle or Mankrik, and we'll take a little peek, and we'll see, like, is it busy? Is it popping off? Like, are there people leveling up right now? Like, I'd be interested to see. You miss me on Peggle? Who misses me? I never played with you guys. Like, no one misses me in Classic era because we didn't have a guild. We didn't get to do dungeons or raids together. Listen, like right now, you know, right now we have a guild. It somehow has 231 characters in it. Like, if I had a 231 person guild on Peggle, I probably never would have stopped playing Wrath.
We shall meet again. Be careful.
If we were getting on together once a week and just clearing the raids in a stream, I'd probably still be playing, because that would be the extrinsic motivation. Would just be hanging out with you guys and having fun. But when it's just me playing in a vacuum, or doing the stupid heroic pluses in pugs so I can berate how awful people are in pugs, like, that's not like motivating for me. It's not motivating for me. So, and I don't know if enough of you guys want to play Wrath of the Lich King. I don't think we're gonna have a 200 person guild in Wrath of the Lich King, because I don't think enough of you guys are interested in it. I mean, but I kind of felt that way about, I didn't know if we'd be able to get a guild together for hardcore either. I didn't know if I'd be able to get 10 people in one place at one time that wanted to do it. So maybe I'm just way off base. Ranting about pugs is always fun. It's not good for my blood pressure though. Yeah. And I don't, it's not, the YouTube people don't like it on the comments, so. We could do a guild in Wrath. Come on, Alex. You can fucking run a guild in Wrath for me. I'd love to have another version of the game to play. You know what I mean? Ultimately, my heart is probably always going to be in Classic era. But I'd love to have another version of the game to play with you guys. It's just that I've done a couple streams of Wrath of the Lich King. And I know that people, not as many people show up for it, you know? Because I've done a couple streams. And I don't have a big interest in doing recorded stuff in it right now. Because like I said, I don't have inner motivation to play it. And so playing with you guys would be my motivation to play it, and so therefore I'd want to stream it. Maybe when I get back to being able to do evening streams or later afternoon streams or something, I don't know. Like this week I have not been able to do any afternoon streams or evening streams because my wife's not here. She's on her solo vacation for the week, so it's just me. And by the time I convince my kid to go to sleep, because I'm an old person, like I'm just ready to sit there and stare at my TV or stare at a book, you know. But maybe after this week. But we'll check out the server today. We'll check out Pagel. If I go back into Wrath of the Lich King, it's gonna be on the Alliance side where I have my max level character at, and maybe a little bit of resources. Yeah, Clint, you've nailed it. There's no risk or consequences, which is why the non-hardcore streams aren't as popular. Yes. Yeah, because especially when there's just not a lot of hype for it. If it were like a Cataclysm launch, yeah, there's no hardcore, there's no threat, but there'd be hype, and so people might turn out and watch. But yeah, we can see. I'm always willing to try different things, especially if there's like general interest. General interest? Yeah, we can see. We'll check out the servers today. Oh, level 21 Damaka has died level 21 while in the Wailing Caverns by a devouring ectoplasm. Wait. Do you guys have a group out? Or were you just like in there on your own? Oh no. You weren't in a pug, were you? Sounds bad.
Hello, man.
Yep, F's in guild chat. Alex, to be fair, I haven't done as many recorded series since I've been streaming because I enjoy streaming probably more. I like different things about the recorded stuff. I'm enjoying the hardcore recorded. And kind of treating it like not like a tutorial, but like a kind of a helpful thing for people who are kind of new. I've been really enjoying that. I'm enjoying the hardcore immersive 100 times more than just the Wrath of the Lich King immersive. I have to be honest about that. Yeah, the hardcore immersive is fun for me, and I do enjoy it. But the other stuff was not as enjoyable, and that's why I have not returned to it.
Hey there.
We gotta send this off to the bank alt, I think. Other stuff I'm just gonna get rid of.
Bye-bye now.
I want to know what happened in Wailing Caverns. Oh, a level 35 buddy was helping him, and he died too. They must have been trying to get the quest done. He had help from a level 34, and level 34 dude got killed. That's the word from guild chat. Oh man. Friendship breaking. It's friendship breaking. Level 34, that's quite a bit of hours. We are at 1 day 9 hours, so 33 hours and 38 minutes, about 34 hours in, and we're only level 23, so that is rough. That's a rough one. It'll be the last time that level 34 dude helps anybody. After this, he's going full dark mode. It was respawns too that got him. Man. Red Robin, we're gonna do so many Scarlet Monastery runs if I live. We're gonna do Scarlet Monastery every day. Probably there will be a level range where we can do multiple wings of it every day. There will be days where like I sign in and all we do is Scarlet Monastery for the whole stream. Yep, I'm looking forward to that as well. Because I want all of the loot. All of the loot. See, that's the thing. In Classic era, like, I want the loot. I care about the loot. The loot is good and I need it. In other modes of the game, even in Wrath, kind of, like, I don't care. It's so weird. It's strange. I don't know. All 4 wings are on a single lockout. Christopher, shut your mouth. Don't bring your negativity here. Are you kidding me, man? They're different instances. That can't be right. I mean, I don't think you're lying to me. But damn, that can't be right. Because that's not right. Well, yeah, exactly. Why would they be on a single lockout? They are all separate. They are all separate dungeons. They all have separate instance portals with separate keys that open the door. We gotta verify this. Someone get on the phone with Blizzard, please. Because yeah, that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. And if it is like that, I am not gonna be very happy. No, no, that's not right. No, they're different dungeons. They each have their own portal. They have to be, because in heroic they have their own lockouts. So if we were talking about like a heroic situation, we'd be talking about its own lockouts, right? What are we talking about here? That can't be right. All right, who in the guild has done Scarlet Monastery? Let's take a look. Do we have anybody online right now who could have done Scarlet Monastery? We have a couple people. I'm gonna ask in guild. We have a level 40. He's the only guy on right now, though. I could just ask him. Yeah, we're gonna get this verified. Yeah, because that's not how. I don't think that's how it works. And if it is how it works, it's got to get changed. You know what I mean? Anyway, we'll worry about that when we come to it. But for now, yeah, I don't think so. I just don't think it's how it works, man. It's 4 different dungeons with 4 different entrances, so they wouldn't lock. They're not going to lock you out of library for doing Scarlet Monastery Graveyard, and they're not going to lock you out of Armory for doing Scarlet Monastery Library. They're all different level ranges, and so that it wouldn't even make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's not like it's one big dungeon where you go inside and you do a different thing. It's separate individual instance portals. So like even just the mechanics of how that would work wouldn't make sense for it to lock it all out. Calling Ian. Yes, get Ian on the phone. Does Ian still work for Blizzard? Haven't heard a lot about Ian these days. Sounds made up. Yeah. Favorite quote? Sounds made up. Yeah, I have to go with sounds made up. It got a big reaction out of me though, so it was good. Whatever helps me sleep at night. Ghost, nothing helps me sleep at night. I sleep like shit every night. So, yeah. Buffalo Bill, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't hear a lot of things out of Ian. I don't think Ian even knows anything about hardcore. Yeah, exactly. I doubt he knows anything regarding classic. Right. Yeah, because like Ian, I mean, in Ian's past life, he was a lawyer. I guess during that time, maybe he played a lot of World of Warcraft, you know. But yeah, I don't think he's like involved with classic though. Maybe that's why I don't ever hear anything out of him when I'm like looking for classic news. I honestly can't name the person who's in charge of classic. I have no idea who at Blizzard is in charge of classic. No clue. Are there any other YouTubers or streamers that I enjoy? The only people I really watch for like just like casual viewing is like I'll watch Christopher Odd when he does an XCOM campaign. That's YouTube, and then I'll watch some stuff from Co Carnage on YouTube sometimes. If he's playing a game that I'm not gonna play, can't play, or don't want to play, and it's good, sometimes I'll watch Co on YouTube. I don't watch people stream though. I don't know that I've ever tuned into somebody like streaming. Yeah, it's never been one big instance. It's always been 4 separate portals. Yeah. And they don't share the same lockout. If you were boosting in classic, there'd be no lockout. If you the lockout only exists in hardcore. There's only a lockout in hardcore. If you go onto a classic Arrow realm right now and you clear library, you can come out, reset, and clear library again. So you just don't know what you're talking about. That's all it is. You just blatantly don't even know what you're talking about. Boring conversation anyway. Yep. Yep, boring conversation anyway. I know I was muted for... It was fine. I was muted for part of it, and that was okay. There might have been some expletives in there. So it's probably better that some of the expletives were muted out. Why am I here? What am I looking... Oh, I'm looking for these guys. Yeah, I never have luck at finding these guys. We could run the little route and see if we can find him. Immortal Olive, my advice would be to group up. You gotta group up with some people and do them. Oh, if you want to solo them, then out-level them. Yeah, if for some reason you want to take the chance to solo them, then just have like 5 levels on them. Have 5 or 6 levels on them, right to the point where the quest is gonna go gray, and then try it. But yeah, I would really recommend, if you're talking about hardcore, I'd really recommend group it up for safety. But I did on my Paladin, I did the Alterac Ogre quest. I did that elite quest once I was like way out level for it. I went really slow, took them one at a time, and I was able to kill them. But we were like 5 or 6 levels above them. They were still green though, so that was good. It's nice to get the elites when they're still green, but you can kill them, because that way you get that chunky XP. We saw this thing's body back here. What are the odds that he's going to spawn again and that we're actually going to find him, you know? Yeah, I really don't feel like... you know what I hate? You know what my pet peeve is? Running in circles. I really, really, really hate running in circles. And so, I'm not going to. I don't know if we'll come back for that quest. Because I hate running in circles waiting for a quest mob to spawn. It's really obnoxious. Let's focus on getting the rest of the deep moss creepers that we need. And then we'll get that one turned in. Not on this character, I'm not a skinner. No. Nope, I wish I was. I highly regret not being a skinner. Vodka is in Scarlet Monastery right now. Right this minute. He has been farming it for a few days now. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I hope to be able to do. We'll see if we get that far. We're very, very, very far from that. It's going to be quite a journey to get to that point. Yeah, Immortal, Questie shows them on the map and the mini-map, and you have options in Questie to kind of decide where you get to see the objectives. So if you go into options, you can hide or enable mini-map icons. You can hide or enable like the map icons. Yeah, you have a lot of control with Questie as far as like what shows up where. Alright, everything back here is dead? Here we go. Have I forgotten about Blood Fury? No, I haven't forgotten about it. I kind of save it for when I'm in a bad spot. You know, like if I pull two guys and they're both at level with me and I'm thinking, then I would probably pop it. On bosses, I tried to pop it, although like not as consistently as I should. No, I haven't forgotten about it. To me, it's kind of like an oh shit button. I understand that like most people would probably just pop it on cooldown, you know? That'd be one thing you can do. You can pop, what happens to me is like, if I pop it on cooldown, a couple seconds after I pop it, I'm going to get into a situation where I wish I had it. And so I just kind of hold on to it. It's a 2-minute cooldown. I could probably use it all the time. But yeah. These quest turn-ins are so spread out. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. Yeah, I think we have to run to Sunrock. Let's run to Sunrock. We'll fly to the crossroads, and then we'll run back to turn this stuff in. And then we can hearth back to the crossroads if we want to. I feel like that's the best way to do it. Talent points, we don't have a talent point, surprising. Yeah, what I typically do, Eric, is I've popped a potion first. Like, if I'm in that bad situation where I'm using it as like a get out of like a bad situation button, then I'll usually pop the potion first, and then I'll pop the ability. That way we get the full heal from the potion.
Guide you. May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
Alright, let's fly back to Crossroads.
Well met.
Then we'll make the run, and then we'll turn in all the stuff. Why does this look like it'd be a shorter... Oh, that's Thunder Bluff. We can't run from there.
Be careful.
It looks like a shorter run, but not a possible run. I see, I see. How often do I change my weapon? As often as I can. I change it whenever I get a new one. I shop for a new one every few levels. This one should be good for a little bit. However, it's a level 15, so maybe by level 25 I'll be looking for a new one. It cost me 3 gold, so I want to get my 3 gold out of it. Yeah, but by the time we're ready to go into Shadowfang Keep, I'd like to have something else equipped. If I can afford it. But yeah, I'll get a new weapon as much as I can possibly afford to. Until we can count down getting drops out of dungeons, you know. Early on, there aren't a lot of good like two-handed weapons that drop. The first one that I know about, you know, it's either like Scarlet Monastery or one of the Razorfen dungeons has a decent two-handed axe. Maybe BFD has a decent two-handed axe, doesn't it? But prior to that, there's not a lot of stuff you can get out of dungeon runs. So it's been all about the auction house. Does Scarlet Monastery have the axe that makes you spin? I think so, yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, doesn't Herod drop that? From Armory? Pretty sure. Alright, and now we have to run back over here. You know what? I messed that up. For some reason I thought we had stuff to turn in at the entrance, and we didn't. I should have ran from where we were. I shouldn't have flown back. It's been one of those days. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's been one of those days. And it's probably going to continue being one of those days. This is why I level slower than everybody else, because of stupid choices like that. Just like a complete inability to be efficient. I guess I need the rested XP add-on. I should be following a guide, obviously. Intellect. Awesome. There is a channel Discord because I have people running the Discord for me now. But to get the Discord information, you have to be in the guild. And actually, I think that the guild, the Discord link in the guild chat's probably expired. It's a 7-day link. I probably have to update that. Let me see if I can update that information. Probably not. Let's see. Oop. Oh, stay on the road. Yeah, I'm not very big in Discord, but I have some people now who are able to do things in the Discord that make it seem like a real Discord. Because I don't know the Discord things. I'll be lucky if I can find a way to get a link to update the guild info. I have to backspace it out? I can't highlight it? That's obscene. There we go. That'll maybe work. That has about a 50-50 chance of actually working. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, that's true, Auntie, but what I just did was not only not efficient, it was, like, hugely inefficient. This wasn't even about being, like, hyper-efficient. I just did something that I didn't need to do because I didn't even look to see if what I thought was true was true. That's, like, higher-level stupidity, and not just, like, a little bit of inefficiency. Yeah, a little bit of inefficiency is fine. But what I just did was, like, high-level stupid. So, what are you gonna do? Core, your heart was with the Paladin. Oh, your heart's retired in Booty Bay. Fishing and doing some blacksmithing and just, you know, having a chill time. It's not a bad place to be. Did anybody go back to retail for the new patch? was that able to pull any of you guys like back in where you're like, yeah, retail this time it'll be different. I have to imagine the amount of people that the patch pulled back was like 7 people. That's not true. That last part's not true. Oh, the Blood Elf Paladin. I see. Yeah. Yep. That's true. You can't be a blood elf. Melissa says, I didn't even know there was a new patch. Yeah, they intelligently like released it, you know, this week. They released it like right in the middle of hardcore hype. They released it right when Starfield came out. Yeah, like I'm not surprised you didn't know. I forgot until I saw it today. They had to pop the banner up for me. It's 10.1.7, I think is what it is, right? We're not 10.2 yet, right? We're 10.1.7, I think. Fury of Disney World or something. I don't know. I forget what they called it. yeah. So no one. So none of you guys got pulled back into retail for the new patch. Yeah. Like I said, I went into character creation stupidly thinking that I would get to create my Eridar Draenei just to look at her, you know? But no, you can't do that. You have to log into the game and do a quest line. And like, I'm not about to log into the game. And I'm certainly not about to do a quest line. I just wanted to have some fun in the character creator, but they don't even want me to do that. They added a bunch of stuff. There's like... They legitimately add a bunch of stuff every single, like, part patch. Like, 0.5 had lots of stuff, 0.7 now has more stuff. There's entirely new, like, mechanics happening in the world. Yeah, they add so much stuff, man, but it doesn't pull anybody back in who's not already stuck in, I don't think. It's really good for the 300 people that play retail. When did retail really start to go downhill? Cataclysm? I don't know. I don't know. It really depends. For me, it went downhill when they started doing the bolt-on AP grind systems. So like in Legion, when you had to grind your artifact power infinitely, that was when I noticed that the game was taking a turn that I wasn't going to be able to keep at it the way I wanted to. When I couldn't raid log anymore, that was for me when the game started to take a wrong turn, and that started happening in Legion, but I think everyone's a little different.
Greetings, man.
I think everyone has had a slightly different experience about when they kind of got turned off from retail. And you'll ask people and they'll all have like kind of a slightly different answer. But I think maybe it started with Kata. But I think Kata Classic is going to be fun, but I do think that like it started to go with Kata, but then it just kind of spiraled after Legion. All right, so that's done. We're done here. We have this quest. We don't have to do this right now. Angry Sunscale Feathers. What the heck is this? Oh, is this for this is for this quest? We don't have to do that there either. Let's hearth back to the inn for now. Cat is when the numbers dropped off. Yeah. WAD was when they stopped reporting numbers. Yeah, remember when they used to tell us their numbers? Now you never get to know.
How? May the eternal sun shine upon thee.
Is the majority of the player base playing Retailer Classic? We don't know, and Blizzard's not going to tell us. What we do know is that participation in retail, as far as like the number of guilds killing bosses, and the number of mythic keys done and stuff like that, we know that number is way down from Shadowlands, and it's like super way down from BFA. It's like a quarter of the people that were participating in BFA, and it's like half the people that were participating in Shadowlands. The number of people participating in endgame stuff like is way down, and that's really the only numbers that people can glean, because Blizzard is not upfront with any of their metrics because they can't be.
Well met. Be careful.
Alright, who's up for a little experimenting real quick? I'm going to indulge myself here, and we talked about Wrath, and someone told me that when they were leveling up a character in Wrath right now, that the starting areas were busy. And like, I don't think they were lying to me, but I don't know if that's going to be my experience. So, if you guys don't mind really quick, in lieu of taking a 10-minute break, which is what I would normally do right here to stretch my legs, in lieu of doing that, I am going to fire up Wrath really fast for a couple minutes, and we're going to investigate some starting zones and see, is anyone leveling up in Wrath of the Lich King? We're gonna find out. So bear with me for a minute here. It's not going to take super long. Lich King. Maybe I have to change this. That's okay. Oh, that doesn't grab it. Okay, I have to stay here. Apparently I have to stay here. Oh, a new thing. Okay, I accept. All right, let's see. What can we... This is Man Creek. I want to check out Pagel. Let's go to Pagel. Okay, this is Pagel. Here we go. A level 3 priest hanging out in Elwyn Forest. Let's see what Elwyn Forest is like. This should be Northshire, so... I mean, there's one person. Nah. It seems the same as always. It's 12 people. I mean, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, sure. It's 12 people. Maybe... I mean, that's all of Elwyn, right? I mean, that's not just Northshire Abbey. That's like searching everybody. Okay, 1 to 10. I mean, if I do 1 to 15, I find 40 people. Kinda empty. Right. And like they just dropped Joyous Journeys yesterday. Yeah, and I guess like busy time is like in the evenings, right? But like the thing is, hardcore is busy all the time. What else? I mean, if no one's playing on a human, then like what are people playing on? When you type 1 to 10, you got 50 people. I mean, are you on the Peggle server? I had a lot of fun on this shaman. I remember this was one of the first characters that I was doing professions and stuff. I was actually trying to do fishing. I was trying to do like leatherworking. I remember this character. Yeah, I mean, we can go back, but I'm not getting the results you're getting. So why would I be getting different results? How would that make sense? Like, if we're both supposedly here at the same time, and we both do a /who, I mean, firstly, we can see that it's empty. You know? I can do /who 1 to 10. It's 32 people. Like, okay, like that's okay. But like, you know, this is empty. We're empty here. If I run out into the world, will I see anybody playing? We got a level 1 human paladin. We got a couple people playing. Yeah, we got a couple people, but I don't have 50. Because I'm typing the zone. Oh, yeah. No, I am typing the zone. No, I'm not typing the zone. I'm just doing a /who in the zone. Yeah. I don't care, like... I don't care, like, in the whole server who's 1 to 10, you know? Yeah. 1 to 10 whole server. Sure. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I want to know who's in Elwyn. You know what I mean? I want to know if there's people that I'm going to see while I'm playing. If I just do /who 1 to 10, then... Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like... Because that's taking in every single starting zone, right? I don't want to look at it that way, because what I'm trying to determine is like, will it seem like humans are playing the game if I go back and level? So yeah, that's the difference. Yeah, you're doing /who 1 to 10. I'm doing /who to see how many humans are playing in Elwyn Forest, because on the Alliance side, human is going to be the most popular race. So if I'm only finding 31 people in Elwyn, then there's going to be less people basically everywhere else, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's absolutely because I'm being specific, and yeah, we figured it out. Cool. I don't know, guys. Like, yeah, this just seems... I mean, yeah, there are some people. It just seems really empty. Just seems really empty. I don't know why emptiness in an MMO makes me like sadder than most other things. It just like it weighs on me in a particular manner. I want them to combine the servers for Wrath of the Lich King the way they combined. So like, okay, so in Elwyn Forest in Wrath of the Lich King 1 to 10 we have 30 people playing, okay? We have 30 people playing 1 to 10. If we go and we go back, oh no, not retail. Oh, abort, not retail. Stop. No, don't do it. Don't open. Don't open. Cancel. No, I didn't mean retail. Let's go into classic and let's go into a non-hardcore realm. Let's go classic era. Like how the classic banner is now just the hardcore banner. There's not even like a normal classic banner. Let's go into a non-hardcore realm and let's compare. Let's see if we have 30 people, let's say on like the Mankrik cluster. Let's do this. Let's go to non-hardcore classic era. Level 1 shaman. She's looking good. And let's see. Okay, I don't see anybody. Okay, so more people are playing Wrath Classic right now than are playing Classic Era non-hardcore. But it's close. There's 20 people playing Classic Era non-hardcore. And there's 30 people playing Wrath of the Lich King. So you can't tell with retail because retail is so separated. Retail when you're leveling in retail, it's a solo game. Because there's so many places in retail that a human could level up that when you're leveling in retail, it's a complete solo game. They hide it. They've done it on purpose so that now there's no way to ever know. You can't even do a /who properly anymore. It doesn't work. And yeah, Wrath has the JJ buff. And there's still only 10 more people leveling in the starting zone than classic era non-hardcore. I just don't know, guys. If a JJ buff and like impending ICC and impending looking for dungeon, if that stuff doesn't create hype for people to level up in Wrath of the Lich King, like I don't really know what will, if anything. You know what I mean? I wish it was a thing, you know. Hey, there's our Pally. Our Pally never got renamed. So sad. I don't even know if I have any special characters for him or not to get him renamed. Alright, well that's our little experiment. That's our little experiment. The Defias Pillager server seems to be just the one that's full, you know. Everyone's max level in Wrath? Yeah. Yeah, I mean I have a max level character and it's boring in Wrath. Maybe they're all gilded. I don't know. I guess that answers that question. Yeah, I guess we probably won't be playing Wrath of the Lich King anytime soon. I guess. I don't have an interest in playing my Paladin. You know, I kind of retired from all Paladins. And so, like, I have my Paladin at max level, and he's a healer, and I'm retired from healing, and I'm retired from Paladin, so, like, I can't play that character, so... And, if LFD were in Wrath, that, you know, I don't even know if that would do it at this point. That might not even compel me at this point. Yeah, let's go down here. Let's do this one. We have a quest to turn it in Ratchet. Which I guess we could do. If like a bunch of you guys really wanted to play Wrath, like I wouldn't be. I just don't think you do. It's like you think you do, but you don't. You think you want a guild in Wrath, But I don't really think you do. I don't really think you do. Because yeah, at this point, what would I do in Wrath? If I were going to play Wrath right now and roll up an Alliance character, I would roll up a DPS warrior. And then I would subject you guys to my DPS warrior who's never going to tank. He can't heal. And all I'm going to do the same thing I'm doing right here. Is I'm going to play DPS warrior. And that's it. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. I can't think of anything else that I'd really want to do besides just play a DPS warrior. You got a 80 Paladin Benediction, aka a dead server. Oh god, wasn't Benediction one of the big servers too? That's a PvP server, right? Yeah, you guys don't want a Wrath guild. Nobody wants that, right? I could do a poll. I feel like when I do a poll, though, it skews, like, results. Like, I sit here saying, you don't want it, you don't want it, you don't want it. Every time I say that, more people are going to click yes, and they do want it, even if they don't want it. So I feel like polls are kind of skewed. Who would have thought? A poll being skewed? No way. 100% accurate information gauging. The true endgame is Ruby Sanctum. Ah, yes, the Ruby Sanctum, the patch that I forgot about, that I'm not convinced anybody cares about. It's like, we killed Arthas, now let's go fight some dragons? Yeah, but we killed Arthas. Yeah, but we got dragons to fight. It was a filler patch. It was a filler patch to hold people over before Cataclysm came out. They should drop ICC and Ruby Sanctum in the same patch to give people, like, a bunch of stuff to do all at once. And then they should drop a date for Cataclysm and move on. Oh, hold on. Boom! There we go. Is that better? We have that, we have that. There we go. I had to use another scene in OBS. No. No. You're dead. No. We're not doing this. You're not getting me at level 23. It's not gonna happen. Not today, Centaur. And wait, don't I have like a high level paladin or high level warrior? I have our human warrior from Season of Mastery, who I thought I transfer her over to Pagel. And so yeah, I think we have like a level 62. Remember we played her for a couple. I did a couple streams of Wrath of the Lich King, leveling like a level 60 warrior in Outland. And so I know that there's no interest in Wrath of the Lich King. I know the interest does not exist. Yeah, it sucks, but it just isn't there. Cataclysm, guys, Cataclysm. When Cataclysm comes out, we'll have a guild for Cataclysm. I don't think that I don't think there's any reason to do that now. I don't know. The false start server of Maladath? Yeah, what a bummer that was. That might have helped to kill Wrath of the Lich King for me. Was like originally leveling up there, and then it took me so long to get the character off of the server. Yep, the aft start server of Maladath. What a freaking scam. What a waste of time. Just a huge waste of time. Yeah, I remember, like, I did one Nax run on my Paladin on Maladath. Didn't log it in for a couple months. The next time I logged in, I was the only one in Dalaran. That's when I knew I had to get the character off, but it was too late. It was too late to get the character off the server. It's already dead for me, you know? He stole the server Discord name. Yeah, but then like you level and then you gotta take the character somewhere else. It was a bummer. Like, yeah, we leveled up there, whatever, you know. But why? If you can't stay on the server and live on the server afterwards, then why? Oh god. He's coming right for us. Let's charge this guy. Oh, we got out of there just in time. Oh my god. What in the actual F? Wrath leveling is fun when other people are doing it too. Any version of the game can be fun, like as long as like other people are also having fun. You know what I mean? Listen, if we had logged into Wrath just now, and if there were people swarming Northshire Abbey in droves, I would be down. If we had logged in and seen like a handful of people swarming as little pockets, I'd be down. But we logged in, we saw 3 dudes. We saw 3 dudes. One of them looked AFK. The other one's probably doing what I'm doing and just trying to get a gauge on whether or not it's worth it to level up right now. Do I think the ICC patch, the return of the Dungeon Finder will help? Not really. I don't really think so. I think that anybody who wanted to level a character up in Wrath of the Lich King already has every single character class they could possibly want by now. We've had 3 or 4 different JJs already. And yeah, I really just think it's at a point where anybody who wanted to level in Wrath has already done it. And I don't think there's any interest in the community to do it again. The only thing that gets like people in WoW to like level again automatically is like if they did a fresh start server. If they did a fresh start would be the only way to get anybody interested, weirdly. No, I don't think the LFD tool is going to bring a lot of people back to Wrath who are not already stuck in it. I think it's going to be really good for the people who do play Wrath all the time. And for the 17 people who are still trying to level up some alts, I think that having LFD and JJ is amazing. Because then, if you want to, and you have heirlooms, you could just dungeon grind all the way up if you want to. So, yeah, like I think it's gonna be really awesome for the people who are already playing it. Like so many things in retail these days that I say, like, oh yeah, content for retail, really great for the 200 people playing retail. And I think it's kind of the same thing with Wrath. Like, yeah, ICC patch and LFD finally, that's really great for the 17 people who are still playing Wrath of the Lich King. It'll make it so less people are questing, but yeah, but who cares? Because nobody's questing right now. There was 3 guys. One of them was a vegetable. So I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But like less people will be questing, but maybe some more people will level up characters. Because you can't make people quest if no one wants. If they don't want to do it, they're not gonna quest. You know what I mean? If you've got somebody there and they're like, I'm not playing until LFD's in, you're never gonna get that person to quest. If what you want is another warm body in the world, you're not going to get it. You're just going to get somebody who's not playing the game. You're starting to, I'm going to get people to want to play Wrath. Like, please stop. Don't do this. This is not, I'm not trying to convince people to play Wrath. Oh my god. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I think Wrath is fine for the people who are playing it, and I think those people will like really appreciate the looking for dungeon tool. They'll like killing Arthas again for the 100th time, and all that stuff will be fine. Did we finish this one? I think we might have. Yeah, I think so. Kodo liver, okay, okay. Not seeing a lot of Kodos. So we've got to turn in Ratchet and turn in at the crossroads. Let's just head back to the crossroads and then we can fly over to Ratchet. That'll be fine. You see people all the time on Whitemane. Whitemane, you say? Is Whitemane is a PvP server, correct? We could check Whitemane too. I check Pagel because it's the biggest PvE server that I'm aware of for Alliance. And if the biggest PvE server that exists for Alliance only has 3 humans standing around Northshire Abbey, that's basically like having 0 people. You guys haven't killed Arthas? Then you're the target audience for Wrath of the Lich King, I think. Listen, I did all the raids hundreds of times. I did them hundreds of times. My guild would clear all the content. We weren't like guilds now that focus just on like the new tier and we just do the new tier and we're done for the week. We raided like 3 days a week and we would clear every piece of content that existed. Because we were either pulling new people into the guild or people had alts they wanted to gear up. So even when ICC was out, we were still clearing Nax. Like, we would just do everything. So I've done them all so many times. And maybe that's why I just have 0 motivation to do any of it. Yeah, maybe I have, so for people who haven't done it, maybe that's a compelling enough, like, intrinsic reason to play. Because you want to see the fights, you want to see the raids, that's cool. They were good fights and good raids. I really enjoyed them when I played them in the past. I've never felt compelled to play them again in Classic. Now Cataclysm raids, besides Firelands, I remember Cataclysm raiding a lot less. So I might be more interested in Cataclysm raiding because I think I raided less in Cataclysm because I just don't remember the raids. I remember the Firelands raid. And that was the only one that I have any memories of. Alex, people don't want you in raids and dungeons. Is it because of your gear score? Do you have a low gear score problem? Yeah, for Cataclysm, guys, we'll have a guild, and we'll just have fun raiding. And I won't give a shit what your gear score is, as long as you don't question mine. And we'll just have fun. We'll have fun learning the fights by wiping on them. You know, I don't expect people to read a guide or to watch 17 videos. We'll go in, we'll talk a little bit about the fight, and we'll see the fight. And we'll wipe on the fight, and then we'll go again. And then we'll get a little further, and then we'll wipe, and then we'll go again. And we'll just learn the fights, and we'll have a good time.
Go forth to victory.
But I don't think I want to do that with Wrath. I don't think I have the compulsion to get a character up to level. Although getting the 62 warrior to level probably would be really easy with the JJ buff, you know.
Blood and thunder for the Horde.
But somebody said Benediction was, but Benediction's PvP. In that situation, you know, you're in Stranglethorn Valley and you're just getting ganked all the time while you're trying to level up, JJ bonus notwithstanding. Yeah, but he can't even do dungeons because, like, no one's running normal heroics. No one's running heroic plus. Because everyone who's running heroics right now, they're all doing heroic plus plus. So there's no path. There's no path for a solo character to level up through 5-mans, even though they have tiers of difficulty now. Because what happens is, like, the majority of the population is already doing the hardest content, and no one's doing the easier stuff, so the people who don't have gear can't get gear. And it's a problem, and if Blizzard played the game, they would realize, oh shit, this is a problem. But they don't, so they don't know and they don't give a crap.
What's up? Have a good one. Keep it real.
They would tell you to find a guild, you know?
Be good. Keep it real.
Yeah, he can't, yeah, exactly, he got it. No one's doing the normal ones, and so he can't get into heroics, and then no one's doing heroics, so he can't get into plus. And then even if you're in plus, nobody's doing plus, so you can't get into plus plus. If you're not already geared to do heroic plus plus, you can't do 5-mans anymore. That's how borked the game is. If you're not already geared to do heroic plus plus, at this point especially, it's been out for a long time, people have 6,000 gear scores now, they expect you to have the same. If you're not doing Heroic Plus Plus already, you're not doing it now.
I got what you
And
need.
if you're not doing it now, that means when ICC comes out, you're not doing Heroic Plus Plus Plus. Which means when Ruby Sancta comes out, you know what I mean? Like, you just get stuck. If you're not in it right away on day one, in day one, right away, doing it every day, on day one, every day, then you get stuck. As a solo player, you just get stuck. And then you stop
Have
playing.
a good one.
And nobody cares. That's it. Yeah, Alex, you got 3K. Yes, you need to do some more heroics, and then you would probably need a little bit of Nax gear, and then you can go into Heroic Plus, and then you could get a little bit of Ulduar gear, and then you could, but you can't do any of that stuff. Because no one's doing it, and no one wants to bring you along. So you are stuck. Let's check out Benediction. Someone said Benediction was popping off. Robert, are you gonna do this all day? No, not all day. Just for a minute right now. Let's see, Wrath of the Lich King. Boop. I'm gonna go here. Boop. And we'll check out Benediction. I don't think I'd ever play on Benediction because it's PvP. Yeah, full. So yeah, Faralina. Yeah, they're both PvP. Faralina for Horde, Benediction for Alliance. It gave me a warning about the fullness of the server. Oh, I don't have any characters here. Okay, that's easy enough to fix. That seems fine. So I probably can't get my name here, I guess. Oh. Error creating character, guys. Not your name is taken, not anything like that. Name is unavailable. There we go. It finally got to the point. Alright, character map. Let's grab this guy here. Copy him over. And let's see. Oh, you're right. Yeah, Colonel, you're right. It's a fully Alliance server, so there actually won't be any PvP. Yeah. That's a damn good point, man. Okay, there's a portal. That's weird. Oh god, details. Just stop. There's a guy. Oh, he portaled out. There was one guy. He took a portal. This is busier. There's 4 people standing here. But then I look off into the distance and I see a couple people. Let's do a /who. It's the same. So let's do 1 to 10. It's the same. It's 33. There was 30 on Peggle. There's 33 here. It's the same basically. It's essentially the same, right? Like, yeah, there's probably more people overall because it's a full server, but like, yeah, to get to I can't. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get to 50 people in Elwyn. I think a lot of people are misunderstanding like that I'm not doing /who 1 to 10, okay? Because yeah, if I do /who 1 to 10, it checks it checks everywhere, right? Yeah, there's gonna be 51. I'm looking just in my starting area. That's all. But yeah, that's it. Dead game. Maybe check 80. Well, there's gonna be more than 50 80s. Yeah, I think like we can do /who 80. There's obviously gonna be a shit ton, right? Yeah, we can only do 50. It can only ever find 50. So 50 just means that it found its max amount that it can find, and it can't find anymore. There could be 51. There could be 276. There could be 3,042. But all it can show me is 50. So. Anyway, guys, that's that. That is that. Possibly dead game. Oh boy. Okay. Now that we've done all that stuff, what are we doing now? Elder Crone. Where are you at, Elder Crone? You're in Thunder Bluff. Okay. Let's go turn that in, I guess. I mean, we've got... You are in Camp Tarajo. You are in the Northern Barrens, leading into Ashenvale. I guess we can go to Thunder Bluff and get that turned in. Good so far. Good morning. Mihai, good afternoon, man. Have you missed everything? You have missed 2 hours and 45 minutes of stream. But, you know, nothing really eventful. I don't think you missed out on much. We've learned that Wrath of the Lich King is still basically dead as far as leveling goes, even though there's the Joyous Journey bonus going on. And yeah.
Hurry back!
But we're still alive, so you didn't miss anything important. I'm gonna AFK for one minute during flight, guys. I'll be back probably before the flight timer's up. I'll probably be back. I'll catch you on the flip side. It's noon on a weekday. I would give that any credence at all if any level bracket in hardcore did not return more than 50 people. Like in a vacuum, Cadus, I'd agree with you. I'd say, you know, it's noon on a weekday. People are at work. They're doing work stuff, man. They don't got time for this. I'm the only unemployed person playing WoW all day. It's unreal. But I can't give that any credence because no matter what level bracket I'm in hardcore, no matter where I'm at, no matter what time of day it is, I do a /who and it returns 50 people for a 4-level range. And I looked for a 10-level range and a 15-level range in Wrath, and it didn't return that many people. So like the idea that more people will play in the evening, that's true. But it doesn't mean that lots of people are playing compared to hardcore, you know what I mean? Like, it is true that more people will be on in the evening time. But that will be true in hardcore as well. So, like, it's still dead comparatively speaking, no matter what time of day it is. Because whenever I do a /who in hardcore, no matter what time of day it is, I return 50 people for a 4-level bracket. And in Wrath, I can't return 50 people for a 15 or 20 level bracket. So I know what you mean. Like if I looked later, it'd probably be a little busier. But overall, comparatively, it would still be as dead, if that makes sense. So yeah, I can't think like that because I do /who's in hardcore at like 9 a.m. server time, and I get 50 people back, you know. Yeah, but hardcore's been like that for like 10 months. Wrath was like that when it first launched, but hardcore, like starting back on Bloodsail Buccaneers and Hydraxian Waterlords, it's been like that every day for a long time. And it only died off a little bit because of Blizzard purposely killing it on Bloodsail Buccaneers and Hydraxian Waterlords. So yeah, Wrath was like that the first week of launch. Like the first week. But like hardcore's been like that the whole time. And except for the last couple weeks, you know, when people were waiting for official hardcore and they stopped re-rolling on Blood Sale. But other than that, for the last long while, like, hardcore has been really popular, and like the Wrath I don't think lasted that long in its popularity. And either way, like, all these things can be true. The point is that there isn't hype right now for Wrath. No one is really leveling in Wrath right now. There's not a reason to level in Wrath right now. And ultimately, more people right now are enjoying themselves in Classic Era in one form or another than there are people enjoying themselves in Wrath of the Lich King. There's probably, like, you know, they could probably do stuff to, like, motivate people, but I guess a experience buff is not on its own, like, very motivating. I bet if they opened up a Wrath of the Lich King hardcore server, that shit would pop off. Because clearly that's kind of what people are into right now. If they opened up a Wrath of the Lich King hardcore server, then we'd have our /who return 50, you know? But Johnny, thanks so much for the super chat, man. Here's to being a hardcore fanatic. Absolutely. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, so there's shit that Blizzard could do. Like, Wrath is a dead game. Nobody's playing it. But they could do stuff, but they don't. Instead, they give you a new dungeon type, and they make it harder for healers, and they give you a new currency, and then they send you on your way with a little tap on the ass, you know? And that's all that they do. But yeah, if there was a hardcore Wrath server, I bet a lot of people would pop over to it. Yeah, see, hardcore Wrath sounds awesome. Like, don't know what it would be like? Don't care. I'd play it anyway. Like, sometimes you gotta take chances like that. They gotta be like, hey guys, wait, like, hardcore is really popping off. Like, maybe we do more hardcore servers. Maybe we do a Wrath server. Maybe we do a BC server. Like, somebody should be on these ideas. But they're not, because it would require a little bit of work. Elon, thank you so much for the membership, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Yeah, a lot of you guys would play it, right? A lot of you guys were a lot more excited at the idea of Wrath hardcore than just like Wrath in general, and that tells me that, like, yeah, people want to play Wrath, but they want there to be a reason to do it, and they want that reason to be intrinsic in themselves and their own enjoyment of it, and they don't care about the gear or the bosses or any of that stuff. Like, you want to do Wrath hardcore because it's intrinsically exciting to you. The idea of being able to play Wrath as a one-life character is exciting when nothing else about it really is. But yeah, you know, it's Blizzard, so good luck. And they would probably cite all kinds of reasons why it wouldn't work, or why we don't really want it, or why they couldn't do it, or whatever, you know what I mean? They'd have all kinds of reasons and thoughts on why it wouldn't be a thing. Instead of just doing it and finding out, you know. Do we want to turn in this little... I think we should just go turn this in and try to clean up some of our quest log a little bit.
Be careful.
I don't have a problem with that. He's in Tarajo. This guy's up in the north on the border of Ashenvale. Further instructions is back to Ziz Physics. We're not going to do that for a while. Until death do us part. This was a breadcrumb into Silverpine. We'll do it eventually, I guess. And I don't know if we'll be going back into... Yeah, we're 24 now. Technically, we could still do WC for another day, so I'll hold on to these, and maybe if I'm in a better mood for it tomorrow, maybe we'll jump on it tomorrow. It just didn't happen today. It would split the player base. Nah, I think it would peel some people off, but I think what would happen is all those poor suckers leveling with the JJ right now in Wrath of the Lich King, they would stop doing that. They would stop doing that, and they would go play hardcore Wrath, because clearly they want to play Wrath, right? But I think it'd pull those people first. It would split some of us, too. Sure. Does that mean it's not worth doing it, though? Like, ultimately, who cares how... Look, with layering, they've already split people 16 ways to Sunday. They've already split people 16 ways to Sunday with the layering, so who cares if some people go play Wrath hardcore and some people go play BC hardcore? Get rid of the layers. Get rid of the layers. It'll be great. Nikki, thanks so much for the membership. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'd say like open up a BC hardcore server, open up a Wrath hardcore server, and then yes, some people will peel off to those other versions, and then you get rid of layering and it will seem even busier than it does right now. Like, get rid of the layering. 50 people 21 to 27. How about 21 to 23? 50 people 21 to 23. How about just 21 to 22? 50 people in one level range. There are so many people here that we can't see because there are 16 different layers that we are existing on. So yeah, let people go play other versions of the game in hardcore. Oh, I got a little spider. And then get rid of layering, right? No? Maybe? Yeah? Good idea? Bad idea? Is it a bad take? I don't know. It seems good to me. I would be playing more because I wouldn't know where to play. I'd be trying to play on all of them all at once every day. Like, yeah, I'd be torn, you know. But yeah, I feel like, and then maybe there ends up being a favorite. Maybe it turns out that people love BC hardcore more than anything else in the world. Why, as players, like, shouldn't we be able to figure that out? Shouldn't we have the option?
What brings you here?
Hell, we can't even play BC at all. They didn't let us play BC at all. They just took it away. After a year of having it up, they just took it from us.
May the eternal
So yeah,
sun
I don't know.
shine upon thee.
I'd be Tauren, except I wouldn't be a Tauren. I wouldn't be a Tauren. Yeah.
Go in peace.
Man. Yeah, I just feel like more options. More options means more hype. You know what I mean? Could you imagine the hype if they unexpectedly said, like, due to the success of hardcore, we've decided to open up Burning Crusade hardcore servers. Coming in 2 weeks. You know? Maybe even do it. Maybe you have a hardcore server, and maybe you run it like an EQ fresh start progression server, where like every 3 months the next X pack comes out. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to do it and not have 3 different servers and just have it be like a rotating fresh start. I don't know. I feel like there's things that they could do if they had a think tank. If they had a group of people who were like brainstorming ways to do awesome stuff, they could easily, if I can come up with some of these ideas, they have to have had these thoughts. My family life would be in danger if they did BC. Yeah, right. That's hype. When you're thinking about abandoning your family to play a video game, that's when you know that there'd be hype for it. Absolutely. A lot of people would play BC even not hardcore. I think I would too. Yeah. I think that I would do that as well. Do I have anything else I want to do here? Not really. We are level 24. Is level 24 a good time to go into Hillsbred Foothills? We still have this stuff. I don't even know where some of this stuff is at. Herzool is the dude up by Wailing Caverns. This other thing, Ishamul's Fang. I don't know what Ishamul is. I have no idea what he is. Consumed by hatred, 60 Quillbore Tusk. I don't know about that. What do you guys think? Should I go into Hillsbred or should I do some stuff here in Taurajo? Go train and pick a talent? Never. Never. No. Okay. Let's just keep going in deflection, I guess, because nothing else seems very exciting. Yeah, I guess I should go train, as exciting as that is. What else is going on? Tribes at War is level 21. Maybe we need to do Tribes at War and all the... Maybe we need to do all this stuff. Yeah. We need to do all of it before we go to Hillsbred. Yeah, but we do have to go train. Yeah, we should go train.
How may I aid you?
Okay. Yep.
Go in.
Okay, let's go train. Yeah, I think we have to do all this green stuff in the Barrens. And if we do all that, we're probably going to lose the breadcrumb that takes us into Hillsbrad. But we shouldn't lose any of the actual quest in Hillsbrad. Level 21 or 22 is the Durnhold stuff. And the first Battle of Hillsbrad is level 21. So as long as we're not level 27, we shouldn't lose any of the quests. The Ishamule one is a named raptor we summon using the Zevra carcass. That's right, so we have to kill a Zevra. And then we go to the mountain north of Ratchet. Vincent, yeah, near Ratchet. And then we use the carcass, we lure him out and kill him, right? Okay, yeah, I remember that now. Herzul's head, he's just like a guy in a tent. No, he's patrolling the Wailing Caverns, we can get him. And then the Quillbore Tusk we'll get while we work on Tribes at War. And then Mancrick's wife will be easy to find with Questy. So yeah, we can do all that stuff. And it should be pretty simple. Have I had lunch? No. No, I'm gonna have to go pick up James soon. No, I had whatever constituted a lunch I had to eat before the stream. I had a piece of bread with butter on it. I had a string cheese, and I had some milk. That was it. Yeah, but to be fair, I didn't work out today because I didn't have time. So technically, my body should need less calories than usual, right? Is that how it works? I just need less calories because I didn't work out. Pretty sure that's how it works. Janice, you got a donut? That sounds really good. Got really bright in here. It's awesome. We did do some stuff in Stone Talon. Yep. We did a bunch of stuff earlier. And now we have only higher level stuff for Stone Talon, so we can hold off a little bit on this stuff. Doing what I can. I'm doing what I can with the food thing. Yep. I'm gonna eat when I get off of here. Amy, I miss you too, but we can't. There can be no PDAs in the stream. Apparently, I've been told no PDAs. Miss you though. Love you though. Yeah, PB&J sounds good. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I've been doing dinner soon after he comes home, but with him being out early today, I'm not going to be able to do dinner like as soon as he gets home. So I am going to have to do something else. But the past couple of days, like at 4 o'clock, I start dinner, and then by 4:30, there is whatever I have thrown together for dinner. But yeah, that's not going to work the same way today. It's not going to work the same way. There's going to be an hour-and-a-half gap between when he gets home from school and when dinner happens. Do a peanut butter and jelly. Sounds fine. Yesterday was a pizza night. There's a different pizza though. I could do a different pizza. Yeah. No, I know what I'm making for dinner. I'm doing burgers and fries for dinner. But it's not going to be till later. I need trainer, warrior trainer. Johnny. Do I not cook much? No. I don't cook a lot. There are certain things that I cook that I'm really good at. Like I can make an awesome fried egg. I can make a really good grilled cheese sandwich. That's about it. So no, I don't cook a lot. I can boil up some egg noodles. Pretty good at that. A Costco lasagna sounds like really good right about now. Yeah, just something I can like throw into the oven. Heat it up. Now I'm gonna make burgers today and that's fine. I can make burgers. And then tomorrow, I don't know, probably another pizza day. It's making you hungry. Imagine how I feel, Janice. I haven't eaten in hours. Hours! Yeah, I'm clearly, like, probably delirious with hunger at this point. Oh man, Chinese, maybe I'm getting so hungry now. Ah, stop it! Stop talking about food! Why are you doing this? I want all of your food. Yeah, all your food now belong to me. I wish. Oh man. Speak with Ruga. Oh, Camp Tarajo. Okay, cool. And then oh, we needed that. Heroic Strike 4, very good. Dual wield, okay. Cleave, guys, I could have got Cleave at level 20. I haven't trained, I apparently haven't trained level 20. I apparently haven't trained level 22. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, we haven't had Cleave this whole time. There's level 22, level 22, level 24. I don't have any money for Execute. That's not great. Yeah. I need all the more monies, because I absolutely have to have Execute.
For the whore.
So I am gonna have to send some money over from our bank alt, because I don't think I have a lot of stuff I can sell. No, I don't have a lot to sell. It's not gonna get me there. I ran out of money when I was doing my level 20s, and then I never came back for 22. Oh god. So awful. I have to send some stuff over from the bank alt. You guys have officially made me acknowledge that I'm absolutely starving. Oh look, another gold. What have I sent myself? Some mats, peace bloom. This is all the stuff that I meant to return. I'm just so bad. So bad at it. Okay, I need to send a gold back. Let's see. Let's send 1 gold and 50 silver. That should just about cover me. Okay, that took a minute. That was kind of scary. I know I should have returned it. Yeah, Clint, I've tried to do this 6 times. I'm like, I'll just leave those there and I'll just return it later. And then I don't. I don't do it. At this point, I'm gonna go see... Oh no, not the water. Oh no! Oh, okay, we don't die. Okay, it's fine. We're fine. We're all fine here. I'm gonna go check the auction house, and I'm gonna see, like, how much Peace Bloom is selling for, because I might sell all this stuff. I might sell every... I'm curious to see if, as time goes on, does the price go up, or does the price go down? Let's do a little searching here. Peace Bloom. At this point, it's probably basically worthless, right? Yeah, like basically worthless. Okay. Light leather. I think all the low-level mats are like basically they're worthless. Which makes sense because a lot of people are farming them. Okay, I can't even get into stacks. There's so much. Where are the stacks? That's getting better. Yeah, it's getting better. Yeah, probably still not worth selling it yet. Okay. Alright, guys. I have to take a break here for today. I need to go eat some food. Apparently I need to eat some food. Who would have thought? And then I have to pick my son up. He gets out of school early today. I'd like to say I can get on later for a little bit. I don't know if it's going to happen. If it were to happen, it would probably be pretty late. But we'll see. I really want to spend some more time here, but this week is just not the week for it. So we'll see. If I don't get back on later, I would love to see you guys tomorrow at the same time. So around the same time tomorrow. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate all of the support. And until next time, take care of yourselves out in the real world and take care of each other. And we will see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.